And welcome back to another TCW live stream. And of course, as you can see and as you can tell by the title, we are booking towards Total Mayhem 24 for today's stream. And we're going to have a pretty exciting main event for that one as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm going to try and do... I wouldn't call it like an elimination chamber, but it's going to be like a multi-man, probably a 6-man Hell in a Cell type match, War Games style, but for the World Heavyweight title. I feel like that is probably the coolest way we can use Total Mayhem, as it is one of our, I think it's our second biggest pay-per-view of the year. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong about that, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure, so... Anyway, we've got Sandra Shine here. Her contract's running out. Not really too worried about her. We've got independent wrestling from Canada, though. From Canada. Canberra. Should know that's in Australia. In New South Wales, the state that I live in. Just obviously misreading it there. Anyway, let's just get into this first TV show, because we need to do a few things in regards to booking towards this massive show. We've also got a small positive impact here for Felipe Caballero as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. Also want to check a couple of things. And while I do that, I just want to say thank you for all the support, all the people coming over from YouTube, and all the new followers on the Twitch channel, sorry. And of course, all the new subscribers on the YouTube channel as well. And, yeah, hopefully this will continue to be a really good series going forward. And I think I've got a few things set up properly here. And the stream is definitely working. All right. Yep, there we go. Okay. Happy days. Now, in the last stream, if you haven't watched it for some reason, I suggest you go back and watch. We'll go over to the YouTube channel, watch the VOD, and kind of make sure you know what's happening, because we went to big size, and we've signed a couple of impressive youngsters from SWF's developmental territory. And in doing so, they're going to kind of be our main... I would guess you would call them a project. They're going to be our main project that we look to obviously bring up. So we've got the first guy here. One of the other ones hasn't actually started yet. But we've got Moriarty Schnell, who has just turned 21. And if I show you his profile here... I've kind of showed him quite a bit in the, I guess, the last 2 streams since we actually signed him. But he is really, really quite special. With his star quality, sex appeal, charisma. He's got really good stamina as well. And athleticism. So he's going to be a star. He can also talk on the microphone pretty well. So once we get him to a relatively good level of overness, which he's already got 17, just by having one match that he lost on TV, and then one subsequent angle the week after. But what we're going to try and do, pretty much what I mentioned in the last stream, is we're going to want to make sure that we either have him in an angle, or we have him in a pre-show match, preferably alongside someone in a tag team that he can, I guess, learn off of, or at least verse people that he can learn off of as well. But anyway, so we need to find the 5 men that are going to be involved in that Total Mayhem match. And in doing so, we are essentially going to need to have qualifying matches, I think, is probably the best way. So we're going to need 10 guys to be involved in these qualifying matches. Obviously, the main eventers they're gonna win the qualifying matches because we want obviously the 6 best guys in that total mayhem match to be competing for the world title as well. So, with that being said, let's also go back because I forgot to do something at the last stream, and that is to change Doc Hammond, and we need to change him back to Scout. So let's do that. How do I change his name? I've completely forgotten again. Is it here? Is it here? It's somewhere. I will find it in a second. Thought it was their name. I thought you just had to click their name. Obviously, that's not going to help me. Yeah, I don't know why I can't change his name. Oh, there we go. It's really weird that it doesn't let you do it on that other screen. I find that pretty strange. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Let's go for Scout. We'll load that alter ego. No, it's not a new alter ego. It is just the same one. Yeah, we got Guide and Scout back, so let's add them back together as the new wave as well. So it is... Where are they? I guess let's just go with Guide and Scout and see if it just auto creates them. Yeah, there we go, the new wave. Alright. Oh, I guess we have them set as inactive. So, how would I change that? I guess I have to just go to, yeah, inactive unit, and we'll do it this way. And just bring them back. Okay, simple enough. There we go. The Wave of Mutilation as their finisher. Alex Pyrrhus, how you going, man? Good to see you again. Back for another TCW stream. Just, yeah, sorting a few things out. We're just putting the new wave back together because I forgot to do that in the last stream. And didn't want to forget. And if you didn't hear me before, we are going to have a 6-man steel structure match, I guess. Sort of War Games-ish, but obviously going to be singles with the 6 men going at it for the world title. I guess it's essentially just a Hell in a Cell match, but yeah. And we're gonna have some qualifiers here as well. So with that said, let's have, I guess our first match can be Aaron Andrews taking on maybe Troy Tornado. Okay, we won't do Aaron. Let's do Sammy Back and Troy Tornado. And that'll be our main event. Probably not going to do as well as a different match might do, but at this point, we do need qualifying matches, so it's essentially going to happen. Let me just ban this guy. Time him out. Okay, there we go. Bit of spam in there. You know how people can send me letters with wrestling DVDs? Honestly, would have absolutely no idea, man. Sorry, I can't help, but... yeah, I just got no clue. Anyway, let's do slow build and decisive for this one. We've got to give it 20 minutes. It's perfect, so I think that'll be the main event. Unless I can come up with a better match. Maybe we could go Greg to take on, like, Scout or somebody. Let's have Greg take on Let's have him take on Guide. I don't think that'll be the main event. I don't know. That's a tough one. Like fan email? Fan mail? Yeah. I mean, I just honestly have no idea. Yeah, I mean, you could get like a PO box or something like that. Yeah. I mean, that's the only way people would probably send fan mail is to a PO box. Anyway, let's go slow build for this one as well. I want to give it 20. Because I do think this one will be a pretty good match as well. So there's, I guess, our first two matches. First two qualifying matches. So Greg Gage and Sammy Back are going to go through. Now, in regards to the rest of the card, we need to, again, do a little bit of juggling with our storylines. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue this one, but we're taking Human Arsenal out. And then we're going to, yeah, we're going to add in, going to add back in Scout. So it's going to be, obviously, the new wave taking on Maverick and Finley. So with that said, let's actually have a one-on-one match with Scout. And he can actually take on Finley O'Faraday. We'll just give this one 12 minutes. And then we'll have Scout pick up the victory. And that one's fine as well. So let's also go with a couple of angles here. So we want a Sammy Back unscripted entertainment angle. Give that 8 minutes as well. And that should be a 100 rated angle based on what has sort of happened recently. And let's also give Greg an 8-minute angle as well. Greg Gage, I guess we'll script his just in case. And that's just to sort of get them over a little bit more so they can hopefully go into that 6-man total mayhem match with some decent momentum and popularity behind them as well. What do I want next? So I guess we're going to continue with, I guess we're going to continue with the Behemoths, and we might go the Behemoths and Divine Fortune. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we need a #1 contenders match. And let's have, yeah, there's not a lot we can do. Let's go a triple threat tag team match. I think that's probably the best way we're going to do this. And we'll have Divine Fortune, Mighty Meaty, and Rich and Famous. And they can all be in a match together to determine the #1 contender for the World Tag Team titles. And then let's have Daryl Divine go over. And I think actually we also want to make the losers Rich and Famous, because I don't want Mighty Meaty losing this match. Yep, so that's fine. I guess we can also give them... let's give... Should we... I don't think we can. I was going to say we could give all the teams involved. Let's actually just go with Chance and Daryl. Give them 6 minutes. We'll give them some success as well. And then we can actually advance this storyline, which I think works out pretty good. I think I also want to go for a New Wave angle as well, just to sort of solidify them coming back together. Let's go with Guide and Scout. And then they can have 6 minutes as well. Both be rated on entertainment, and we'll give them some success as well. I can't speak. So yeah, success for them with this storyline advancing, with of course Maverick and Finley. Then I think I want... What do I want? Let's go a... Yeah, we'll go a 6-man tag, and what I want to do is have the Elite and Wolf Hawkins take on, I guess, like a mid-card trios team. I guess it can essentially be one that we just kind of put together. And we'll just go with Dazzling Dave. Now, Dazzling Dave and who was it? It was someone else. It was Tanner. Yeah. I've forgotten what I called them in that last stream. Completely forgotten what I called them. It was something about 40s. Yeah, anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. I can go back and look through the last stream once we finish this one. So yeah, I guess they can verse Brandon James, Dazzling Dave Diamond, and Danny Fonzarelli. So a really veteran team, if you will. And let's have Wolf get the victory, and let's have... I guess Danny can lose. And that looks fine. So then we can also have a Wolf Hawkins angle to open the show. I would assume, yeah, I guess we can't go for that long. Let's lower this back down to 12. It doesn't need to be 16 minutes. That seems, I mean, yeah, we're kind of giving a lot of time to different matches, so it's not a very big show, is it? It feels like it's kind of small. Yeah, anyway, we got the pre-show. So let's do what I wanted to do. I wanted to have... I guess let's go with the Puerto Rican boys, and then I want them to take on our boy Moriarty Schnell. And I guess he can be teamed up with maybe J Cord. Yeah. I think J Cord will really rub off on him, so that'd be pretty good. Let's give Moriarty the victory, and then I want to give Kid San Juan the loss. So that's a pretty good pre-show match, even though we need to script it. There we go. All right, perfect. Let's do one more. Let's do another tag, and then we'll have whoever's left, essentially. So Aaron Andrews and I guess Ed Stone, seeing as he is currently the champion. And they can take on Mark Speed and Matt Hocking. Speed and Hocking would actually make a pretty good tag team. Interesting. Let's have a look and see if they have any chemistry together. But let's give the victory to Ed. I think he might actually take on Matt Hocking next as his first television title opponent. And then we'll do like Freddie Huggins as well. Probably after Total Mayhem. Anyway, let's go with a decisive victory on the pre-show. And I feel like this match is probably going to do better than a lot of other matches on the show, like on the main show. Although some of these are pretty good. Like I think these two matches here, the Guide Greg Gage and then the Sammy Back Troy Tornado matches, are going to be very good. Either way, we do need a Wild Brawl, so let's go with this one for our Wild Brawl. So Scout and Finley. It makes sense. There's obviously a lot of heat between these guys in their storyline. And then let's also go with this match here being the storytelling. And obviously, the Syndicate is kind of a massive story going on at the moment as well. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let's run this first TV show. Alright, so we start off with a 68 rated pre-show match where we have Moriarty Schnell and Jay Cord defeating the Puerto Rican boys in just over 12 minutes with when Moriarty Schnell pinned Kid San Juan with a Schnell shock. And then, yeah, Schnell was the weak link in there as well. And of course, Jay Cord looking excellent, getting a 90 in-ring performance. Really just hoping that he manages to rub off a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Moriarty being penalized for low experience. Alright, the other pre-show match gets us a 77. I had a feeling it was going to be a pretty good match. And we have Aaron Andrews and Ed Stone defeating Mark Speed and Matt Hocking in just under 12 when Ed Stone pinned Matt Hocking with a party's over. Yeah, apparently the match deserved better announcing as well. Alright, so we then start the show off with a 93 rated angle. And of course, this one was only 6 minutes long. And he, did not do well without a script to follow. But essentially, he's upset that he's got to, defend his world championship in the Total Mayhem match. Kind of feels like he's been screwed over quite a lot. Having to defend it in that situation, being in a Hell in a Cell steel cage structure, and then of course he's essentially going up against the 5 other best wrestlers in the company. We then go into his match with his Syndicate stablemates. Gets a 76. And we do have the Syndicate defeating Brandon James, Dazzling Dave Diamond, and Danny Fonzarelli in 12:30 when Wolf Hawkins pinned Danny with a Full Moon Rising. Yeah, it's a pretty good match. And we also have Brandon James getting better at his gimmick as well. Alright, so we then go into a 60 rated angle where we have Divine Fortune cutting an angle before a triple threat #1 contenders match. That match also does pretty well, getting us a 72, where we have Divine Fortune defeating Rich and Famous and Mighty Meaty in 10:25. The order of elimination was Rich and Famous first, and then Mighty Meaty. So our new #1 contenders are, of course, Divine Fortune. And at Total Mayhem, they will be taking on the Behemoths for the tag titles. But we had both Divine and Jackpot Jordan both off their games. We then go into a 67 rated angle between the New Wave, of course, once again, getting back on the same page and kind of making sure that their kind of reunion is back together again properly. We then go into a 61 rated match where we do have Scout getting some revenge and defeating Finley O'Faraday in 12:25 by submission with a Texas Cloverleaf. That's not a bad match, especially for Finley. They both got the same in-ring performance there as well. Alright, so we then go into an 82 rated angle from Greg Gage. And of course, he's saying that this is the big opportunity that he kind of needed to get his hands on the World Heavyweight title. And he's got his qualifying match up next. The match also gets an 82. Pretty outstanding, considering that was the same as our main event of our pay-per-view just gone. And we have Greg Gage defeating Guide in 2015 by submission with a Proton Lock. Really good match. Really good. And of course, Greg Gage becoming the first entrant well, the second technically, if you don't count Wolf, but he's going to be 1 of 5 in the Total Mayhem match. Alright, we then go into a 96, where we have Sammy back. And of course, he cuts his promo as well. And then, of course, says that he essentially is going to make sure that he's going to also get a bit of revenge and be in that Total Mayhem match as well. Of course, he did lose at the pay-per-view, you know, where Angels Fear to Tread against Wolf. But he's kind of backing himself, and he feels like if he does have better odds, then things might actually go his way. And yeah, the main event gets us a 79, so it's actually a little bit worse than that Greg Gage match as well. And we have Sammy back, defeating Troy Tornado in 1934 by submission with a back on your back. And of course, Sammy becomes the next qualifier into that Total Mayhem match. Alright, let's finish the show. We get an 83. That's pretty good. And again, still increasing our popularity in all the regions where we are broadcasting. So that's kind of perfect. Yeah, hopefully we'll get another popularity rise pretty soon. And hopefully we also beat SWF, beat Supreme TV. Because that's kind of the goal we need to have, because we're essentially in national battles now. We've gone up to I think Big is essentially a national size company. Okay, Randy Bumpfall. I was literally talking about him last episode. And the fact that we might want to try and sign... Well, I kind of wanted to sign Zimmy, because he's obviously the better of the two. But we might be able to sign Randy. And I think that would be taking away a pretty big star for SWF. So let's essentially give him the exact same contract. Let's go 4 years. Let's go 35% with a 20% bonus. They're not doing travel cover, so we'll turn that off. And then let's go 41,500. Let's see if he goes for that. Okay, he wants 42. He pretty much wants exactly what he wanted. All right, 42,900. There we go. Let's put that in. Obviously, SWF are going to come back with a counter offer. But at the same time, once we get out of here, so we get a 3.15. We're edging closer towards 2.4 million viewers now, which is a lot higher than what it was previously. So kind of happy with that. We're definitely going in the right direction. So perfect. Let's have a look. Supreme TV only got a 79. Despite having some really, really good main event matches. They love a cage match, don't they? Got Mikey Lau defeating Randy in a cage match. Probably trying to job him out a little bit. But I mean, if he's getting an 89, then surely my boys should be fine. And that is a horrible picture there for Seth. He looks horrible. He's pretty good though. He definitely improved quite a bit. Robbie Wright doesn't really look that good either. Anyway, I've kind of been impressed with a lot of the renders, but those two in particular don't really float my boat. Anyway, this is what I wanted to mention. So last month, I forgot to go over it at the start of the stream, but we made 1.1 million for that month, which is massive because I obviously wanted to try and break the 1 million per month profit. And as you can see, we essentially did just that. So that is that's pretty awesome. We're up over 14 million, as you can see there. Alright, so, with all that said, let's get into the next TV show, because we need to do another 2 more qualifiers. And I think we'll go a face and a heel qualifier again. So it'll probably be Aaron Andrews, and then I'm not sure if I want to do J Cord on week 3 TV. I probably do want to do it that way, now that I think about it. We just kind of want to make sure. Let me also do something else really quick. I'm not sure if it'll mess with the... it might mess with the stream. But I wanted to upload another quick little video. Actually, I think it should be fine. I don't think it'll interfere with the stream. Let me do that really quick while we're advancing here. And let's blast this one out as well. Alright, so that one should be sorted out. Let me just do something else real quick. What does our emails say? Alright, so he pretty much just ended. I guess we kind of went through quite a few days. So he probably did get another offer. We could go with Dwayne Stone. He's pretty old though. Yeah, maybe not. He's retired anyway. What am I talking about? He would essentially just be a road agent. What about Blockbuster? Looks pretty beefy. Not exactly very good though. Yeah. I don't know if I'm a massive fan of him, to be honest. Alright, so I just want to get this video out to let everybody know that I'm live. I probably should have done it before I actually came live. Would have been a great idea. But I'll just do it really quick. And I think we'll be fine. It's only a 30-second notification video that I'm going live. Okay. And I am done. Almost. Alright, there we go. Do we have anything else? Oh, we've got Willie Leroux coming in. Perfect. He's another really solid youngster that we've taken away. He's a little bit older. He's 23 years old now, so yeah, he's got a little bit more age, but he does have a little bit of popularity about him, which I find interesting, because Moriarty Schnell essentially had 0 when we signed him, so yeah, I find that pretty interesting. But either way, we'll essentially do the exact same thing, although I don't know if I want to make them into a tag team to actually implement them into TCW. But it's definitely like a possibility for us to do. Either way, so he's going to be debut with a fast-talking hustler gimmick, which is fine. I think that's probably his like generic gimmick that he's given at the start of the game. Anyway, let's go back to the Friedman building once again. We've got incidents, so let me go sort those incidents out as well. Alright, Semi back. Doing some spot-on impressions. And then we got Wolf Hawkins as well. Ooh, interesting. Even though he's a heel, that's interesting. So Wolf Hawkins has come to me backstage and he thinks that Killer Shark has a bright future and that he'd be willing to put him over in order to help take him to the next level. So the offer is good for 3 matches. Wow. So he's willing to lose to Killer Shark 3 times and it will expire in 4 months. That's pretty interesting. I kind of find that strange. Either way, I don't know if we're going to use it. I don't don't really want my world champion losing to Killer Shark to begin with. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we need... What am I doing? Heels and faces. So Aaron Andrews can take on a heel, and I guess he can take on... So who do I want in the match? I want Andrews back, Ford, Gage, and then we have one more spot. Now it could either be... I guess essentially it has to be Joshua Taylor. We can either do Joshua Taylor or we can do Mighty Mo. I kind of like the Mighty Mo idea because Joshua Taylor is going to get penalized for time decline, which is something that we've noticed quite a lot with his matches recently. We've got a new follower. We've got SimClay123 coming in. Nice to see you again, man. We've got a few more people. We got, I want to try and pronounce your name, but I'm probably going to butcher it. Finally caught a stream. Yeah. I think I got on, well, last night I did a stream at about this time, although it might have been, I think it was a bit later. It was probably about an hour and a half later. Either way, it's good to see you guys. And we got Salsis Moldave. Is that correct? Probably not correct, but I gave it a shot. And it's good to see you as well, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. So right now we're actually booking towards Total Mayhem. Pretty close. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Total Mayhem match, which is going to be obviously the main event of Total Mayhem, and it's going to be a 6-man Hell in a Cell match. But of course, we're going to call it Total Mayhem because it's going to be carnage. It's going to be absolute carnage, and it's going to be for the world title as well. So essentially, what we're doing is we're doing 5 qualifying matches. Obviously, world champion Wolf Hawkins is already in the match. And we've just had... I guess I can show you the TV show we just did. So we just did this TV show. We had Sammy back defeating Troy Tornado and Greg Gage defeating Guide to both qualify for the Total Mayhem match. And now we're booking the next one. And we're going to have Aaron Andrews, and he's got to take on a heel. So I guess he could take on Josh Taylor in the main event. Yeah, I mean that kind of works because I don't want Josh Taylor. I think I'm going to go with Mighty Mo instead. Yeah, let's go Josh Taylor. So that can be our main event for tonight. And then our other match can be Mighty Mo taking on someone else. I'll probably have to decide that as well. Yeah, Aaron Andrews definitely needs to be in that match. Obviously, he's our former world champion. And then we need Mighty Mo. So let's go Mighty Mo. And I'm not too sure who he's going to beat. I guess maybe Freddie Huggins. Freddie's really good. Either Freddie or Mark Speed. Or maybe, let's go Maverick. Because he's pretty popular. And he has been doing pretty well for us at the moment. So we'll give that 20 minutes as well. With our boy Mighty Mo getting the victory. Alright, so there's 2 more, and then of course we have 1 more qualifying match, which is of course going to be J Cord and yeah, I don't know who he's going to verse. Maybe Scout. But I feel like that's a pretty cheap match. Anyway, let's book the rest of the show because I want to. We do need to sort of sort out what we're doing with our storylines. Because obviously a lot of stuff is revolving around. Let's remove these 2 out of this storyline, and then we need to go to this storyline and remove Chance and Daryl because they're the new #1 contenders. We need to. Why is Mighty Mo still in there? Anyway, so Daryl needs to be added, and then we also need to add Chance. Okay, and then I guess in this one we can just add back in Benny and Flying Jimmy Fox as well to our non-challenging tag teams. Perfect, alright. In that case, I think I want to hire some local workers again. Preferably guys that we... I mean, should I bring in Ricky Dale Johnson to do something? He's super over. I don't know why he's not actually with the company. Does it say why? Second only Rockety Golden. Yeah, his retirement was a huge blow for the company, but kind of wondering why he didn't stick around. As like, I guess he's not really a road agent, but he could have been like a manager or something. He's definitely super over. Let me shortlist him because I think we'll try and do something. And we got Skull to Bones as well. I might shortlist him as well because he could actually be a really good stable leader for that new stable that I wanted to make, the sort of dark, eerie stable. Anyway, I was going to do local workers, but I guess we could just do some of our developmental workers because that is a thing. So let's go with, I think Joey Philly is going to be leaving, so we'll do him. And let's go with, I guess we can go with Seth, because Seth is probably going to come up soon as well. Alright, so they're going to be taking on the Behemoths. Not looking too good for them. Anyway. So we got Seth, and we got Joey Philly. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It says that he's working heel, but is he actually heel at the moment? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I just exited out of it. Anyway, Joey Philly, Seth Whitehead, taking on the Behemoths. There we go. Just going to be, I guess we'll give it 8 minutes, but they're not going to get much. I guess we should probably make it open, actually. It does kind of make more sense. You have a stable in tribute to Shad Gaspard called Shadow Alliance. And have T-Bone called The Beast alongside Mighty Mo, Froshaw, and Jalen Martins, who are a team. That actually sounds pretty cool. That definitely sounds cool. And obviously a nice little nod to Shad. But yeah, Killer Shark's going to win this one. And we'll make it open. I don't know if I really want to make it open. Yeah, I don't think I will. Let me take that off. I think I actually want to have... Let's have Joey Philly to lose, because he's actually leaving us. His contract's running out, and I don't really want to re-sign him. And then let's also have... Well, it probably needs to be scripted. And then I want to have it be decisive. Well, it's already decisive. Dominate, that's what I want. Killer Shark to dominate. There we go. Obviously, it's going to be non-title, and then we'll give them a menace angle as well. So Menace Menace. We'll give him some success as well. And that can advance their storyline. Alright, I guess let's do our other angles as well. So let's go Aaron Andrews. Script him, we'll give him 8 minutes, because it's a proper angle, and we really want to get a pretty good rating out of him. I might do the same for Mighty Mo, because I did do the same for Greg Gage on the last show. So let's kind of give all the qualifiers a decent angle with a pretty solid amount of time to cut their angle as well prior to their qualifying matches. So up next, I guess we could do... I want to do something with our television champion. So Ed Stone is the new champion from last episode, or last stream, I guess. And I want to have him kind of be involved with Mark Speed or Matt Hocking. Who has more popularity? Oh, they're kind of exactly the same. Let's go Matt Hocking. He can have a title match straight away. But obviously Ed's gonna retain his title. And that's gonna be a nice defense there for him. But then we're gonna have a little bit of shenanigans afterwards. So I guess I want to have like a match in between as well. So I kind of want just like a random tag match. Let's go the Elite and Benny and the Fox. And I guess I just want the Elite to get a victory. They haven't really been doing too well. Kind of been jobbing them out to all the teams, all the face teams that then go on to verse the Behemoths. So they probably need a victory. And they're pretty good, the Elite. I know they're really old, but I'm kind of a fan of theirs. Despite their age. So that can go there. And then after the Ed Stone match, let's have Ed Stone rated on entertainment. So he's going to cut an angle after his win, only to be beaten down by both Matt Hocking and Mark Speed. So let's do fighting for those two. Give it 6 minutes, and guess we can advance that storyline there, because I think they're still involved, or at least some of them are involved. Actually, is Ed Stone involved? I don't think he is, because he was involved. Yeah, I need to fix that storyline as well. So let's take T-Bone out of there. Let's take Ed out of there as well. And then we're going to add Brandon James into this storyline, because that's going to be Greg's first opponent post Total Mayhem. So that'll be set up. And then I guess in this one, we can probably... Let's change it to the, I guess, TV title storyline. I mean, let's make it look a little bit nicer. Let's go television. And I guess in brackets I'll go mid-card. Just so I remember, even though I'll probably remember anyway. So we've got Danny, Freddie, Matt Hocking. We need Ed Stone. And then we also need Mark Speed. Okay, there we go. So that's going to happen after the match. We've still got some more time left. So what do I want to do? I guess let's just have a New Wave match. They've gotten back together, but they haven't actually had a match together yet. Of course, they got back together at the last pay-per-view when Doc Hammond came out and saved. Well, he didn't save, but he made his face turn and helped guide. It's the Old Wave. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have actually changed their name. Maybe we can do something with that in the future. And have maybe some new competitors come in. Maybe Ernest Youngman. And, I mean, I would have gone with Xavi Ferreira, but I think he he might be with US Pro. I'm going to go check that in a second after this show where Xavi is, unless you guys know. But I think Ernest is available. So yeah, they're going to take on, I guess they can just take on the Latino Kings. And we'll give it 10. And let's have Guy get the victory. He did take a loss on the last TV show. Oh, he starts with FCW? Okay, that's fine. He's probably still there then. So yeah, we might be able to bring in Ernest and Xavi and have them come in as the new wave. The new wave. And then we'll have the new wave turn into the old wave. And then they can fight it out. That'd be pretty cool. I obviously wouldn't call them the new wave. It doesn't really roll off the tongue very well. Anyway, there we go. Oh, bloody Hector. Every time. Hector every time gets me. And we have to script him. Between him and T-Bone Bright. Oh, man. Alright, so we've actually got 5 minutes left. I might make this match 7 minutes, and then we can do a 6-minute angle. Let's do our go-to Kyle Rhodes interview, and he can actually interview both guide and scout. Of course, it's a pretty riveting interview as well. And obviously, coming out of it, they're going to have a bit of success. Let's have Kyle Rhodes interviews a reformed New Wave. And let's also advance this storyline here, because that storyline, it's pretty much been going since the first month. You had terrible luck at your own company. Sorry to hear about that, man. In your tag title match, one of the winners had their neck broken. Yeah, that's not good. It's definitely not good. Anyway. Are you still playing that sort of save you got going on there? Or have you decided to give up considering someone had their neck broken? I know I'm laughing, but I probably shouldn't laugh. You still going with it? Alright. I mean, credit to you. Sometimes I feel like big injuries like that can basically make a save more interesting, because it allows you to find new ways around different things. Obviously, I know sometimes it can just be really demoralizing. It's only a small company. Well, it's probably pretty demoralizing to you then. Losing one of your workers. Obviously, most workers are pretty integral when you're at that small level. Alright, so this show looks pretty good, but we need a Wild Brawl, so let's go Wild Brawl in this match. It's going to be terrible anyway, so it's probably going to be like a 35. And then we'll go storytelling for this match, because obviously there's going to be a bit of a story afterwards anyway. I guess that would be the storytelling match. The New Wave, you know, reforming themselves. He ran a storyline where he was hired, well, he has hired Texas Handmang to be his tag partner instead. Well, there you go. I mean, that's one of those things. You know, you've dealt with the problem that you were given, and you've changed things around, and hopefully it'll come out better anyway on the other side. Play. I seem to have Lady Luck on my side with my King of Kings. Look up, I have in each group, I have at least 5 people who could win their bracket in a 9-man tournament. I mean, that's pretty cool, yeah. I'm not too sure what I'm doing for King of Kings. I guess I might just do like a single elimination, because I don't really feel like doing another group style tournament, because obviously I'm already doing that with BCG. And it's been pretty intense, the whole BCG Grand Prix that I'm doing. Anyway, we need a pre-show match. So let's go another pre-show match with Actually, let's go a 6-man tag. And let's chuck in both of our young boys. So first of all, we'll go Moriarty Schnell. And then we've got Willie Leroux coming in as well. Another guy we stole from SWF's developmental territory. And I think they can be joined by... I want them to be joined... I guess Greg Gage makes the most sense, because he's pretty outstanding in the ring. Obviously, that psychology there. And then the basics as well. 91 basics. Alright, so they can just take on a random heel face team, sorry. I guess Bart Biggins, Elliot Thomas, and I guess, yeah, Dean Daniels. Probably having Dean in there is pretty beneficial as well. Let's give the win to Moriarty. Was going to give it to Greg Gage, but, I mean, he doesn't exactly need it. His momentum's already pretty hot, so... we also need to script the match, because their psychology is terrible. Alright, pre-show. And we'll go Joel Bryant. There we go. I guess I've got another one as well. Let's go a tag match. I think I want to use the Cobras. Let's have the Cobras pick up a victory on Rich and Famous. And let's have Marvel get the win. Alright, nice. There we go. You're hoping to use it to build up Texas Hangman. Man, I can't speak tonight. I don't know what it is. I think it's my throat from yesterday. Obviously, me streaming last night, I streamed until about 3:30 in the morning. And my throat, by the time I went to bed, my throat was on fire. It was not good. I woke up this morning with a weird, like, sensation in my throat. It didn't feel good. I think once I ate something, it went away and it was fine for the rest of the day. But I feel like it's definitely not doing too well. Anyway, this show looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with it. Let's run it. That's a pretty good rating. We start off with a 60 pre-show match for the American Cobras defeating Rich and Famous in 11:50 when Marvel pinned Jake Idol with a Marvel breaker. Yeah, I mean, these two are essentially low on our popularity scale. So that's very strange that they would rate that highly. Because I feel like I did a match like this recently on TV, and the fans kind of shitted on it a little bit, so... yeah. Anyway, I'm pleasantly surprised. And then we go into a 61 rated pre-show match, 6-man tag, and we have Moriarty Schnell, Willie Leroux, and Greg Gage defeating Bart Biggins, Elliot Thomas, and Dean Daniels. I mean, these two actually look like a tag team. I'm gonna make them a tag team. I think that's gonna be how they get their big break. Yeah. But yeah, Willie's actually already performing a lot better than Moriarty. I know he's older and a little bit better in regards to his basics and his psychology already. I think he has like 50 brawling as well, so... yeah. He's pretty good already. A 27... I mean, he's almost the same as Dean Daniels, and it's almost a little embarrassing. But yeah, so this is a pretty good pre-show match. And his gimmick got an initial rating of great as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, that's a decent debut. Alright, so we then start the show off properly with a 68. There it goes. It just dropped out. Man, a 68 rated angle where we have Kyle Rhodes interviewing a reformed New Wave, of course, looking to get some revenge on Maverick and Finlay. And of course, you know, Kyle Rhodes subtly hints towards the tag team titles as well. He says, you know, the Behemoths have been the most dominant tag team since they were around. Is it possible that you could be the team to dethrone the Behemoths and their dominating run through the tag division? And obviously, the New Wave essentially say yes, they can do that. We then go into their match, which gets a 60. We have the New Wave defeating the Latino Kings in 9:46 when Guide pinned Hector with a wave of mutilation. And we had Scout carrying the match. Scout carried the match. Interesting. Okay. They're face at the moment. So I just turned Scout, who was obviously Doc Hammond. I turned him... essentially what I did is I kicked him out of the Syndicate with Wolf Hawkins essentially attacking him after he cost a match in a main event, I think. So, yeah. He was kicked out, and then we had him have a few, subtle face mannerisms over, I think, 2 weeks. And then at the pay-per-view, he came out to help his former brethren and, helped Guide pick up the victory with Human Arsenal over Maverick and Finlay. Anyway, 60 is pretty good. Guide was off his game, so I guess that's why Scout carried the match. Alright, we then go into a 69 rated television title match where we have Ed Stone defeating Matt Hocking in just under 12 by pinfall with a party's over. Ed Stone making defense number 1 of his TCW television title. That's a pretty good match for a mid-card title as well. So, I'm low-key happy about that one, actually. I think that's not really what I expected, but it's definitely good enough. Ed Stone with a 66 in-ring as well. And then we go into the subsequent angle, which gets a 68, and we have Ed Stone with a microphone in the ring after his victory. And of course, he's starting to talk about what it means to be the television champion and the fact that he is going to be a television champion that does defend his title on TV. And then, of course, he's attacked by Matt Hocking and Mark Speed. And of course, I think Speed is going to be the one that gets the opportunity at Total Mayhem. I think that's the way I'm going to go with it. Alright, we then go into a bit of a throwaway tag team match, kind of. It gets a 70, though, so it's pretty good. They're kind of our sort of third and fourth best tag teams, I would say, at the moment. Being the Elite and Benny and the Fox. I would consider Mighty Meaty probably our second best tag team. I guess third now behind the New Wave. But I'm going to push Mighty Mo fairly soon as a singles wrestler. So they're going to break up being Mighty Meaty. But we do have the Elite defeating Benny and the Fox in 12:03 when Nate Johnson pinned Flying Jimmy Fox with an elitism. Yeah, just a pretty good match, I think. No real conditions coming from it. Obviously, it can't really be number one contender because we've already got a number one contender. So, yeah. We then move into a 77 rated Menace angle where we have Killer Shark and Titan, of course. And once again, Killer Shark coming across well. So he's definitely the standout. Alright, moving into their sort of, their squash match, I guess you would call it. It's not really a squash, though. And it does pretty well. I was expecting like a 35. So a 47 is... well, it makes me pretty happy. And we have the Behemoths defeating Joey Philly and Seth Whitehead in 7 minutes when Killer Shark pinned Joey with a big bite. And then, yeah, Joey was the weak link. Seth getting a 28. He's pretty good. We should probably bring him up. But I don't really have anything for him. I guess I could maybe put him with Felipe again. If any of you guys watched my Road to Glory, you will know that Seth Whitehead and Felipe Caballero were the Uprising And I essentially brought them with me from our starting company. They were in my first 5 signings I ever made, and I brought them with me to Oli when we became Cult as well. So, yeah, always have a special place in my heart for those two, being Felipe. I guess that's kind of why I brought Felipe in as well. But Seth does start at TCW, although he's in developmental. So, yeah. Moving on to an 84 rated Mighty Mo angle. And of course, he did have 8 minutes, so I think 84 is pretty good, and he improvised well throughout the segment as well. That's pretty beneficial. Hopefully his match will be good. That's not bad. A 79. Yeah, it's definitely not too bad. And we do have Mighty Mo defeating Maverick in 1942 by pinfall with a plunging spinebuster. Man, my throat, it's feeling so strange tonight. I don't know why. Well, obviously I do know why. It's from last night's stream, but ooh, it sometimes when I try and say something, it doesn't want to say it properly. It sounds very strange. Anyway, Mighty Mo joining or qualifying for the Total Mayhem match. We then go into a 97 rated angle from Aaron Andrews. Really doing some good stuff there. I don't think... did he hit... I think he might have actually hit 100 at the pay-per-view. I think he did, yeah. I think he hit a 100 angle at the pay-per-view. So I guess a little bit worse. But that might be due to TV. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's still really good. Hopefully he'll gain some popularity from this TV show. And the main event gets us an 82. Okay. And of course, we have Aaron Andrews defeating Joshua Taylor in 20 minutes and 1 second by pinfall with a flying body press. And yeah, 91 in-ring performance from Aaron. And unfortunately, only 72 for Joshua Taylor. He's definitely not doing too well. In time decline. And yeah, I was going to try and use him as a main eventer, but I think he might just be a similar guy to Brandon James. That's gonna essentially boost our guys up to the main event scene. Guys like I guess Mighty Mo would be a prime example. All right, still a really good show. We get an 84 overall rating for TV. And again, it's increasing our popularity in all 18 regions in the US and Canada, of course. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's actually better than our first TV show of the stream as well. All right, well, I think that was pretty good. And of course, we've got one more qualifying match left to do with Jay Cord. Like I said, still not really sure who we're going to have him take on. Anyway, the viewing figures, we get a 3.75 TV rating. What? We've gone up nearly 400,000 viewers. Up to over 2.8 million. What happened there? Okay, that's must be a popularity increase, I guess. Let's have a look at Supreme TV. They only get an 81. They only get an 81, even though they've had some more really, really good matches. Yeah, Zimmy seems to be their best wrestler they have at the moment. He's constantly pulling 89s. Like, it doesn't even matter who he versus at this point. I would like to get Hollywood Brett Starr. If we can try and snag him at some point, that'd be great. That'd be great. Remo would be good as well. He's actually quite popular. 83s. you have them heal and have 2 syndicates. The Wolf, which has Wolf as a face. Okay, Wolf as a face, that's interesting, in charge. And the Elite with Tommy Cornell as the leader. Okay, it's pretty interesting stuff, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't really think to make Wolf a face. Okay, so what did I want to look at? I said I wanted to look at Xavi. And Xavi, yeah, so Xavi's working for Pittsburgh Steel and FCW as well. He's decent. I think he still needs like a fair bit of work though. And he is better as a heel, so yeah. I'm gonna check him on the short. He's already on the short list, I guess. Also shortlisted him earlier in the series, in the early live streams. And then Ernest, of course. Looking pretty beefy there. He definitely looks a lot more beefy, and he is goddamn incredible. Why haven't I signed him yet? Why haven't I signed him yet? I feel like if I do sign him, then I'm gonna have to work on somebody else. Which well, I don't actually have to work on improving him because he's already incredible. It's more just the fact that do I even want to put him with Xavi as kind of the new wave, the newer wave? I don't think I do. I think I just want to sign him and have him go straight to the main event. Yeah, I think we're going to sign him on a 10-year contract as well. I think I pretty much don't really know why I haven't signed him, so I think that's kind of a good enough excuse, and he only wants 15,000. 15,000 for Ernest Youngman. I know he's my indie darling as well. Absolutely love the guy. Pretty much, I feel like everyone in every series signs Ernest Youngman if they can. I mean, I'm not going to be any different than that. That is what is going to happen, and it's happening right now. Let's have a look at popularity as well. So we are up to 78 in quite a few of these regions now, which I'm assuming is probably... Actually, we're almost close to large. Because... Wait, what? Oh, okay, so we need 71. We're literally 1 point away. We need 1 point in the Maritimes, and then we're large. We've literally gone from medium, and then in the space of like one episode, we're pretty much straight up to large. Can we even do that? Can we even go up to large? I'm pretty sure we're still in the like cooling off period for big. So can we go to large? I didn't even know. Yeah, it's going pretty well. It's definitely going well. And I feel like we've definitely got like the future stars. You hadn't even finished your cooldown when you went to large? Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. So you can actually go straight up. Is that what you're saying, Clay? I hope that's the case, because that'd be pretty awesome. Oh, nice. Alright. How is developmental going? Haven't really checked. Yeah. I probably should check, but I'm not really... I don't know, I'm just not really too invested in anyone in there. I guess apart from maybe Seth. I'm a lot more invested in the guys that we've signed from RAPW than I am with our own developmental. Obviously, we did have I think we had 3 dojo graduates. Man, Ernest literally looks like a star with his new render. That might have been changed with various updates. Not sure if that's being patched. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to prevent that from happening. You know what I mean? Like if your company is already that good, I feel like it shouldn't be like a negative thing where I mean apart from Ernest right now, I think I've kind of signed everybody that I wanted to sign from the Indies apart from Ernest. Basically, we just signed like the best tag teams from the Indies as well. Pretty much because our another one. He's not too bad either. We might sign him if his contract comes up. But yeah, our tag team division was pretty much in shambles when you start the game with TCW. So obviously we are. Let's go to active. Let's go to if only. There we go. Yeah, so we signed Rich and Famous, the American Cobras, the Latino Kings, and the Puerto Rican Boys for our tag division. Obviously, all from the Indies. So I feel like that it hasn't really done too much for us now. It's kind of just given us teams to verse. But as you saw from the last pre-show, the American Cobras look like they're doing pretty well, along with Rich and Famous. Any guys I always team up? I guess the only one would probably be Seth, Whitehead, and Felipe Caballero. And they're going to be the Uprising. Once we decide to bring Seth up from Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. So, apart from that, I don't really have any other teams. I'm trying to think if I actually do. No, I don't think so. I think that's the only one. Alright, so for this show, we got Jay Cord. I don't know if I want to go for Scout though in the main event. I guess I did give the opportunity to guide. Ooh, Christian Price. Doesn't really have any popularity in the US. Hmm. He is pretty good though. He's 36 as well. I feel like I don't want to like waste money on guys that we can essentially sign better guys eventually anyway. And we do have Matthew Keith. His contract is coming up in I think about 5 months. And I'm essentially going to go and just throw all of my money straight at Matthew Keith. Scout is getting 80 in match ratings. Damn, that's pretty high, even with that great chemistry. I mean, here's another one. Now we have Aaron Andrews. So first it was Wolf Hawkins coming to me backstage about Killer Shark, and now Aaron Andrews is also willing to put over Killer Shark. But this one's only for one match, and it expires in 2 months. We might be able to do something with that. The thing is though, do I want to have like one of my biggest stars like losing to Killer Shark, even though it will essentially make Killer Shark a star in his own right? I'm not sure if I want to risk Aaron Andrews' popularity. I mean, we kind of destroyed it a little bit. He lost 4 points from when he was champion, and he's only just starting to recover now. Boo, Matthew Keith. Nah, Matthew Keith is an absolute monster. Absolute monster. Anyway, we're expecting 11,000 fans now. So hopefully we'll be selling out the Friedman building now. That'd be pretty nice. Greg all the way. Why not both? Why not both? That's all I'm saying. Think of the matches. Greg Gage versus Matthew Keith. Winner, you know, I mean, they're essentially defending the Keith name as well. I have Valiant offer to put Ernest Youngman over. And they're in the same group of your... Oh, okay, nice. You've never managed to get Matthew. Yeah. I mean, he is with Burning Hammer, so it's going to be pretty hard to get him away as well. And he's also pretty over in Japan. But like I said, I don't really see... I feel like getting him is probably going to be easier than trying to get guys from US Pro. I mean, US Pro and SWF are probably going to try and sign him as well. Which I hope they don't, but they probably will. But I think it'll be easier to get him away from Burning Hammer than it would be to sign someone from another company like that. Anyway, we're going to have to do something here. Now, I want to give Ernest his first match. But the thing is, who do I throw at him? Could throw Dean Daniels, but I don't think the fans... Ooh, Elliot Thomas. Perfect. That's perfect. Elliot's got 40 popularity. There we go. Why am I scripting that? Why is this not already called in the ring? Anyway. A little bit strange, but we got Ernest Youngman making his debut, and of course is going to pick up a victory onto Elliot. You tried in 2016. Greg was main eventing. Burning Hammer offered him 30,000. Highest paid at the time was only 12,000. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of breaking the bank a little bit, I guess. Alright, so let's sort out this J Cord match. So J Cord, I guess, yeah, Brandon James. Or did we... I think we... Actually, I already did Brandon James, didn't I? Let me go back. No, I didn't do Brandon James. That works out perfect. Alright, we've got our main event. J Cord, Brandon James, for the last spot in the Total Mayhem match. That is perfection. That actually worked out so well. I am really glad that I signed Brandon James. I was so, like, torn between signing him and not signing him. And he's actually come in clutch in these type of scenarios many times already. And he's only been here for, like, what, 2 months? If that. I don't even think he's been here for 2 months. He might have only been here for, like, a month and a half. Alright, so there we go. J Cord is the final member into the Total Mayhem match. Perfect. Alright. What else are we going to do? We need a match for Divine Fortune. So they can take on the Latino Kings. How many times have we done this match? A lot. We did it in March. I mean, I suppose it was like essentially 2 months ago. I mean, they've kind of versed each other like every 2 months, kind of. Yeah, whatever. It's literally just a tune-up match for Divine Fortune. And then we're going to have the Behemoths come out and attack them. Goddamn Hector. He's getting to me. He's really getting to me with his psychology. So let's chuck that one there. And then we want to have... Let's do angles. So let's go J Cord, who was my first 100 rated angle on the series. And we'll give him his angle there. And then we want to have... Well, we need to book some more matches first, I guess. So let's go another match with Maverick taking on Scout or Guide. I feel like Guide's already versed him quite a few times. Yeah, they have negative chemistry together. Let's have Scout verse him then. And I kind of want to... Let's give it 20. It's actually a pretty good match. So Maverick's going to pick up the win. But it is going to be a tainted victory. And we are going to once again have Finley O'Faraday get involved. And that is going to be... That is going to be the finish to the match as well. Nice. So that can go up there. Alright, what else do we need? Let's do a tag match. And we want to do like the mid-card title storyline. Let's have Danny Fonzarelli team up with Ed Stone. And they're going to take on Mark Speed and Matt Hocking. And again, this whole scenario is it's going to have Ed Stone defeating Mark Speed. Do I want to do it like that? I don't know if... Yeah, let's do it like that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it that way, but I think we will. And we'll find a way to have Mark Speed become the number one contender. And I guess we'll go with an angle for Danny Fonzarelli and Ed. Give them a little bit of success as well. And that can advance their storyline. So I think what we'll do is we'll have Mark Speed take on Danny Fonzarelli on the Go Home show to become the number one contender. Perfect. All right. So I guess I want to push this match up to here, I think. And then we'll drop that down to there. No, I want that on there. Yes. No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's do this angle anyway. So it's going to be Killer Shark, Titan, and they're going to be fighting. And then we're going to have Chance and Daryl, and they're going to be attacked. So I guess we'll do selling for them. Give it 4 minutes. Joel Bryant, that's going to advance their storyline. There we go. All right, I like it. And that's going to happen after their match. I guess we can put this match down. I kind of want to separate... Yeah, that works. And then I want to have a... I guess a Maverick angle maybe by himself. He's not the greatest. Let's go with Scout, actually. Let's go Scout cutting an angle onto Maverick. Yeah, I think that'll work better. I mean, that one can also advance the storyline, I guess. Should be relatively good. Yeah, perfect. All right. We've still got a lot more time left, though. So let's go with... what have I got left? Alright, so we're already giving a debut here on TV for Ernest. So... probably don't want to do anything too crazy. Let's have Dazzling Dave Diamond and where is he? Tanner the Mighty. Now I think I was going to call them the Fat 40s, wasn't I? I think that was their name from last stream. Fat 40s. Because they're both overweight and over 40. And they have great chemistry together, so... Yeah, I think they can take on, I guess, a couple of heels, maybe? Maybe Troy Tornado and... Roderick Remus, maybe? Yeah, so let's do this. And let's give Roderick a win. Poor guy, haven't used him, has chilly momentum as well. Did I watch Double or Nothing? I sure did. I've got to say that Stadium Stampede match was, I don't want to say a thing of beauty, but I'm pretty sure I watched the whole thing with a smile on my face. There were parts that were absolutely ridiculous, but I feel like it kind of worked. And it kind of had everything in it. Everything that you would want or expect a match to have. It had comedy. It had, your big high spots. It had just, your brawling as well. Some storytelling in there with, of course, Matt Jackson's ribs. And I don't know if they're actually broken or not, but I'm pretty sure people were saying they were broken from Dynamite. So that was pretty cool. And obviously the finish was... It looked awesome. And I'm kind of hoping that goes viral for AEW. And like a lot of people can see it in the mainstream. It kind of felt like ECW a little bit. Like old ECW. From the late 90s. Not that I was alive and watching then. Well, I was obviously alive, but I definitely wasn't watching wrestling when I was 4 years old, I guess, yeah. I think I actually was watching wrestling when I was about 4 or 5 years old, though, now that I think about it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So off topic. So yeah, what was I doing? We're gonna make it decisive, there we go. I want to add them as a team together. I should probably do that. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it. So let's work the crowd with that. We then need a Wild Brawl match. Let's make this one... That one's storytelling. And then let's make this one the Wild Brawl. I might actually lower this by 2, and then we could actually do an angle for these guys. Let's make that regular, and then let's give them a 5-minute angle. Who do I want to give it to, though? What did you guys think of Double or Nothing? If you've watched it, let me know in the chat. And let's go Tanner. So let's go Entertainment, and then Menace for Tanner. And we'll script him as well. Alright, there we go. I like that. Once again, let's go with just these two in the tag team. Alright, so let's go with Moriarty Schnell and Willie Leroux. And I guess they can take on... Probably take on... do I want the Cobras to lose this match? I guess the Cobras can beat them. I don't want to give them too many losses, but I mean, I kind of want the Cobras to rise up, so it does kind of make sense anyway. Alright, so there's one match. Let's just go with another one. And let's have a heel team get a victory. Let's go with Finley, Freddie, and Josh Taylor to take on Dean Daniels, T-Bone Bright, who hasn't really been used much recently, and Felipe Caballero. Let's give Finley the victory. I'm going to try and get him into a pretty good momentum as well. Just remembered we have to script it because of T-Bone. T-Bone loves to not help me when it comes to calling matches. And I also didn't make it the pre-show match. Typical. Alright. That looks pretty good. Let's run the show. Alright, so we start off with a 48. Not too bad. And we have the American Cobras defeating Moriarty Schnell and Willie Leroux in 11:46 when Storm Spillane submitted Willie with a kneeling Boston Crab. And yeah, Marvel head and shoulders above everybody else in the match. However, Moriarty's up to a 26 in-ring performance, so kind of happy about that. Kind of happy. And the second pre-show match getting a 66 rating. And we have Finley O'Faraday, Freddie Huggins, and Joshua Taylor defeating Dean Daniels, T-Bone Bright, and Felipe Caballero in 11:47 when Finley pinned Felipe with an atomic spinebuster. Alright, so we then start the show off with a 68, and we have our new tag team, the Fat 40s. And yeah, that's actually not a bad angle for them. And we've got a new follower coming in as well, Ramingo the Flamingo. Thank you for following the stream, bro. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, Fat 40s doing some work. At least Dazzling Dave is on the microphone. Their tag match gets a 69, where we have Troy Tornado and Roderick Remus defeating Dazzling Dave Diamond and Tanner the Mighty in 10:04. We had Roderick submit Tanner with a Remus clutch. It's actually a pretty good match. Everyone with a 60 or over. That's pretty good. And there is their excellent chemistry together. So we'll actually add them together in a tag team. Alright, we then go into a 73 rated angle with Danny Fonzarelli and Ed Stone. And of course, they're trying to get on the same page. They're kind of... Obviously, Danny kind of wants to be in the television title picture. But, yeah, Mighty Meaty's coming to an end. Mighty Mo needs to be pushed pretty soon. But yeah, Danny is a little hesitant to be teaming with the champion. And of course, he wants to get the championship, so... but the next match does get a 64... And we've got Danny Fonzarelli and Ed Stone defeating Mark Speed and Matt Hocking in 10:04 when Ed Stone pinned Mark Speed with a party's over. And unfortunately, Ed Stone has broken his fingers. Awesome. I love it when champions break their fingers. Anyway, hopefully it's... Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a botch, so... Okay, it was a botch. Mark Speed. Okay, thank you, Mark, for breaking the fingers of the guy you're going to verse at the pay-per-view. And now we've got some meddling to do. Ed Stone is a face. He's our face champion. He just beat Greg Gage at the last pay-per-view. Alright, we go into a 62 rated, it's kind of a bit of a momentum match for Divine Fortune. And they defeat the Latino Kings in 12:19 when Chance pinned Hector Galindo with a stroke of luck. Yeah, pretty good win there for Divine Fortune. Of course, they are the #1 contenders, taking on the Behemoths at the pay-per-view. And then, of course, after the match, we get a 62 rated beatdown, where we have the Behemoths, Killer Shark, and Titan coming out and essentially just destroying Chance and Daryl. As you'd expect, they run the tag division. We then move into a 46. And this one, I thought it might just do enough to not get that penalty from the crowd with Elliot Thomas's 41 popularity. But we have the debut of Ernest Youngman, and he does defeat Elliot Thomas on TV debut, on his TV debut, in 11:32 by pinfall with the hit. And as you can see, we have Ernest debuting his assassin gimmick, getting an initial rating of great. But yeah, the crowd didn't really care because they thought it should be on the pre-show. Lovely. G'day, HLGLH. How you going, man? Good to see you back in the stream. And yeah, interesting to see you say g'day. Are you Australian? I don't think you're Australian. Ernest is feuding with Acid 2 for your main belt. He's on fire. Swedish. Okay. Okay, dings for anyone in the unimportant range. Okay. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate the help. See, it's those little things that I need to know. And obviously, I probably would eventually pick up on something like that. But yeah, thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. And I forgot to speak about that angle. Anyway, the angle was essentially Scout cutting his promo about Maverick, saying that now the new wave's back together. There's no way that him and Finleo Faraday are going to beat them at Total Mayhem. We go into their match, which gets a 74, and we do actually have Maverick defeat Scout in 20 minutes 30 seconds by pinfall with a Tiger Claw DDT. However, it was following interference from Finleo Faraday, so cheating to win once again for Maverick, and of course getting help from his impromptu tag team partner since the series started in Finley. That's a pretty good match, though, between these two. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Another 100 rated angle. You love to see it. You really do. And J-Cord's the standout when it comes to these. He's pretty much every time I give him 8 minutes in an angle, he delivers. I can't say the same for Wolf, and I can't say the same for Aaron Andrews either. But Jay's on fire. And yeah, loved going off script as well. And then, of course, we have the main event. It does pretty well. Not setting the world alight, but it is Brandon James, after all. Gets a 77. I mean, 80 would have been a little bit more fair, in my opinion. But we do have J-Cord defeating Brandon James in 1939 by pinfall with a cradle pile driver. Still a good match. Only a 61 in-ring for Brandon, unfortunately, but he is pretty old. I think he's, what, like 45, 46? Yeah, good match. And our final participant in the Total Mayhem match is J-Cord. Overall show rating getting us an 80, so it's a little bit lower than the recent ones. I think we got 84 for the last TV show. But it does still increase our popularity in Canada, so I'm wondering if we're actually going to go up to large. We were literally 1 point away in the Maritimes, and we just got an increase in Canada, so I'm low-key expecting it to go up to large, and we just went up to big. Okay, it hasn't happened, but it must be super close. Okay, wow. J-Cord thinks Willie Leroux needs to learn how to sell, and the kid is not worth pushing until it's addressed. It's 53. I mean, come on, that's a bit harsh. I mean, Willie's only 23 as well, Jay. Come on. Come on, man. I think Jay might be a little bit worried about him taking his spot. There's already a Total Mayhem match in the system. Yeah. I know, it's like I'm pretty sure it's a War Games match, essentially. But what I want to do is we're going to create our own Total Mayhem match. And it's just going to be a 6-man inside the Hell in a Cell. So, yeah, I'm just going to change it up a little bit. I don't really want to do the whole 4-on-4 thing. At least not this year, because we don't really have any stables yet. I don't really want to use... Like, I could have done Sinner Society versus the Syndicate, even though they're both heel stables anyway, but I don't know. It just didn't really appeal to me. And I feel like doing it this way, I know the match rating is going to be really good itself, so yeah. Anyway, we get a 3.77 TV rating as well, which is even higher than it was last week as well. 2.83 million. All right, let's check medical because I'm very worried about Ed Stone. Yeah, I wish he hadn't picked up that injury. Okay, so he's working through the injury. That's fine. He's only going to be out for 6 days. Well, not out, but injured for 6 days. So he'll be perfectly fine for Total Mayhem. Alright, so with that said, I don't think we really need to do anything apart from creating this this new tag team. So it is going to be Dazzling Dave Diamond and Tanner the Mighty. And they are going to be called the Fat 40s. And yes, that is how I spell 40s. It's how we spell it in Australia. Obviously, if you're in America, maybe you should just try and read it like that. But yeah, that's how I like to type it. So yeah, there we go. The Fat 40s. It's such a like disrespectful name for a tag team, but it fits. It definitely fits. Actually, it kind of doesn't fit because Dazzling Dave is muscular. But I guess he could be the 40s part of it, and obviously Tanner is obese, so he's obviously the fat part of it. I don't know. I'm hoping that Dazzling Dave will eventually become fat as well, and then the tag team name will really, really stick. That's a pretty cool mask on this guy, Darkwing. Coming through the WLW dojo. I like the look of it, though. It looks really, really clean. Alright. I think this is the go-home show, isn't it? Yeah, because we booked 3 TV shows already. Wow. I haven't even been streaming for 2 hours yet. We're already getting into the go-home show. Lying through it tonight. Still wondering what we're going to need to do to push Ernest up into at least like the mid-card. I guess I'll just have to give him either pre-show matches or... Which I don't really want to do. I kind of want to like... guess I could give him angles and we could just keep spamming angles to get his popularity up. Get him out of that unimportant category. We could probably do a Kyle Rhodes interview. Obviously, we just did something similar with Moriarty Schnell after his debut loss on TV. I think that's what we'll probably do to start off this go-home show. We might actually give him a match at the pay-per-view against someone that's not in that category. Ooh, Black Hat Bailey dies. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Formerly with New York City Wrestling. Alright, what else have we got in here? J-Cord body change. He's gone from toned to muscular. Oh my goodness. 98 star quality. Let me just tell you about J-Cord, brother. He's pretty much going to become our next world champion, I think. Yeah, he's really good. Really, really good. Kind of wish he was a face. Could maybe make him our... Man, I'm so worried about losing him, actually. It's going to be expensive. I just realized, like, his current contract is pretty low considering what he's going to want. Zeus Maximilian. Could be pretty interesting. He's probably one of the better actual wrestlers for US Pro. Not exactly very over, though. Because he looks like a badass. Straight up, though. The Bronze God. I mean, it kind of looks... He looks pretty cheap. But he's obviously going to be in time decline, so we probably don't want to bring him in. I feel like we've got a pretty big roster as it is. And we are eventually going to be adding in a women's division as well. So there's going to be more people coming in. How good is she as a manager? She's actually pretty good. Interesting. She's pretty over. Are they gonna renegotiate a contract? Oh, I guess she extended. Damn it. Oh yeah, up there. Never mind. Alright, we've got Rogue as well. How old's Rogue? 43. Probably don't want Rogue. He's got really good star quality, but he's really old. Damn, 66,000? No, thank you. Alright. Moving on. Let's get into this go home show. 66,000 for a 43-year-old. Anything else I need to do? I don't think so. Let's check out backstage incidents and hopefully a positive, yes, small positive impact for Moriarty Schnell coming from Wrestler's Court. Try and negotiate down and bring him in, put over mid-card. Essentially what I'm doing for with Brandon James. The thing is, yeah, I don't know. He seems a lot more expensive than Brandon James was. I think I got Brandon James on like a 2,400 per appearance deal. Which I think is actually pretty good. It's going to save us quite a bit of money. But his contract seems extortionate almost. So we're going to go Ed Stone and Mark Speed. Hopefully this meddling's not going to backfire. No effect. Alright. That's fine. So what are we going to do for this go home? I think it's just pretty simple, to be honest. Let's just go with a 6-man tag, faces versus heels, going into the pay-per-view. It does mean one side's obviously going to have to lose, so... yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do in regards to that. Alright, so Aaron Andrews, Mighty Mo, and Sammy back. And they're taking on Wolf, Greg, and Jay. I think in this scenario, we almost have to have the heel team win. Purely for the fact that these guys are definitely not anywhere close to being as over as these two. Do I want to keep Andrew strong to maintain his popularity where it is? Because like I said, it's only just gone back up to 81. And it used to be 84. I'll show you the progress here. Yeah, I don't really want to keep him strong because this could be our best ever match. I'm going to risk it. So let's go with... Let's go Greg Gage. I guess we could do a tainted victory. So let's have Greg win to cheat. And I guess we'll make the loser Mighty Mo. That kind of makes sense. He's the least popular in the group. All right, yeah, I agree with you, Clay. I'm gonna do that instead. So let's make it decisive. So it's a bit of a statement from Greg. Mighty Mo can still lose because I don't really care, but let's actually keep Andrew strong. Greg versus Mo is a feud. That will be a feud down the line, but Greg's next feud is going to be with Brandon James. It was essentially the reason why I actually signed Brandon in the first place. Just a feud with Greg once he dropped the television title. So there we go. That is a pretty good good match for our main event on this Go Home show. I think I want to have all three. I think I do. Let's go Jay Cord, Wolf Hawkins, and Greg in an angle together. These two can have success because they're in the same storyline, so it'll actually advance that one as well. Yeah, so that can go before the match. And then I'm just thinking, do I want to have like a fighting angle after? Where they all just like brawl? I think I might want to do that as well. Yeah, let's do it. So let's have Wolf, Greg, and Jay. And then they'll be brawling with Aaron Andrews, Mighty Mo, and Sammy Back. Literally just going to be a fighting angle for all 6 of them. And that'll pretty much be how we end the show. Don't actually know who's in a storyline together at the moment. So I guess we can advance that one again. Who's in this #1 contender storyline? Andrews and Taylor. Okay, so Sammy's in that one. Okay. I guess what I could do... Oh, never mind. We'll leave it how it is. What else? Alright. I think what we want to have is Killer Shark taking on Chance Fortune. Singles match before the pay-per-view. I mean, you pretty much know who's going to win. It's going to be Killer Shark. There we go. Ooh, we can't put on a 12-minute match. Really? That's still pretty bad. I mean, it's improving every month, but... For some reason, I thought he was, I guess it must be Titan that I did a 16-minute match with. I'm sure I did a long match with one of the two. Can he do 11? Can't even do 11. Alright, 10 it is. There we go. And then I guess we'll have another match between the other 2 members of the tag teams. So Daryl can take on Titan. What's his stamina? Yeah, 51. It's a little bit better. Would he go for 16 if I did a slow build? I'm curious. I'm really just curious about this. I don't think I'm going to do it. But Daryl's going to win as well. Okay, he can't do it. So maybe I'm just dreaming. Yeah. Strange. For some reason, I thought I put a... No, it doesn't work. Even with the slow build. Anyway, there we go. So I guess let's do an angle for Killer Shark and Titan first, which will just be their menace angle. And they'll advance this storyline there. So they can do theirs first, and then let's have Chance and Daryl do their angle there as well. But that'll come before Killer Shark's match. Alright. That's the tag title sorted out. We can't tag teams, it affects too slightly. Yeah, I think we did a 16-minute tag team match with them with a slow build at the last pay-per-view. That must be what I'm thinking of. So yeah, Ed Stone needs... Well, we need to do the number one contenders match. I'm still going to stick with Mark Speed, despite his botch and his injury. So let's have Mark Speed and Danny Fonzarelli. Give it 12. Hopefully he won't botch again. But Mark Speed's going to win. And then... I guess, it'll be decisive because we want a proper number one contender. And I guess, I mean, let's, what I want to do is have an angle after the match where Ed comes out and confronts him, as he's now the number one contender. So, we're going to need another match. Essentially a throwaway match as well. So I guess let's have Finley Faraday and Maverick. And they can just take on a face team of Bart Biggins and Elliot Thomas. Perfect. Also notice that Elliot lost 2 points of popularity from losing to Ernest, so that's pretty funny. And we'll have Finley and Elliot can lose again, I guess. For some reason, I'm not a fan of Elliot Thomas. I don't know why, but whenever I see him, I just think jobber. And he doesn't deserve it. He's actually relatively good. As you can see, he's definitely a lot improved from where he was on 2016. I kind of feel sorry for the guy a little bit. Alright, so that can go there, and then we can do the Ed Stone angle. Perfect, alright. And of course that gets Ed onto onto TV essentially, even with his injury. Perfect. Alright, what else? Not really doing anything for Josh Taylor. Can push everyone and someone needs to be an enhancement talent. Yeah, can't push, yeah. You're exactly right. I mean, Elliot Thomas, we're gonna, we're essentially gonna keep him, and when his contract is starting to run out, I'll probably renew it as well. Just to have him around. And I think he'll be useful, I think, to an extent. He might get involved in the mid-card title storyline at some stage. But obviously he's probably never going to win the mid-card title. Now, what do I want to do? So we got Josh Taylor. I'm not a fan of Josh Taylor anymore. He's been really... It's been really poor. I'll give him a match against someone. I don't know who though. Maybe Benny Benson. Yeah, I guess Benny works. So I did want to do that interview angle, didn't I? How much time have I got left? I think I have enough time. I don't actually have enough time. You lower that by 2, and now we'll have enough to do it. Let's do a Josh Taylor angle by himself. Give that 6. So that's fine. And then let's go with the Kyle Rhodes interview, our go-to angle. And let's go Ernest. So Ernest is going to be interviewed to open the show, as he is the hottest rising superstar in TCW. Even though I essentially did that for Moriarty Schnell. Do I want to script it? Usually I don't script these ones. I don't think I'm going to script it. Let's just see what happens, shall we? Alright, so we need a storytelling match. I guess we'll make this the Wild Brawl. That's fine. It is essentially just a nothing match. And then I guess... Well, I mean, that could have been the Wild Brawl, I guess. Yeah, we'll make this the storytelling match. Obviously, the mid-card story and the whole Ed Stone thing is going to be played out as well. It's hard to believe Sammy Back hasn't had a title in TCW in 8 years. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe. And he's going to be holding our title at some stage. Probably more as a transition champion, just to give him that moment. But yeah, we'll make him champion. Eventually. Not anytime soon though. So yeah, the show looks pretty good. Let's do a pre-show. And let's have our boys. Let's go with Moriarty Schnell and Willie Leroux. And it's weird he wasn't given it in the 4-year gap while Brian Vesey was. Yeah, I find that pretty strange. It's almost like it's obviously that they had the younger guys coming up, but I feel like he would probably deserve it, in between the 4 years that's gone by from 2016. All right, so they can take on Felipe Caballero and T-Bone Bright. I probably don't want T-Bone to lose. Let's go with Dean. Dean can lose. Don't really care about Dean too much. Let's give Willie the victory as well. He is kind of the better performer of the two at the moment. Probably not going to be as big a star as Moriarty, but he'll be up there. What else do we got? I guess we'll go another pre-show as well. Let's have our new team, Fat 40s, and they can take on the Latino Kings. Let's give Tanner the victory. I like it. I kind of really like this tag team for some reason. Every time, Hector gets me every single time. Every goddamn time he gets me. And I also, whenever I have to do that about Hector, script it instead of calling it, I always forget to make it on the pre-show. All right, there we go. Let's make that the main event for the pre-show, if there's such a thing. All right, so we start off with a 41 for Moriarty Schnell and Willie Leroux, defeating Felipe Caballero and Dean Daniels in just under 12, when Willie Leroux pinned Dean with a reverse DDT. Yeah, I mean, Willie Leroux was actually off his game, so that's unfortunate. Only got a 28. And then we had Moriarty 1 point lower in ring than he was last week with a 25. Those two look like a proper team. I know. How good is that? And I didn't even essentially sign them for that purpose from SWF's developmental. I essentially just signed Moriarty, and then Willie popped up about a month or two later, and I was looking at him, and I just thought, you know, he's looking pretty good. Good star quality, good charisma as well. And he had like 60 basics and 50 psychology for a guy that's only 23. And of course, we're essentially stealing him away from SWF, so perfect. But yeah, they're going to be a tag team. That's going to essentially be how they break out from the pre-show. Probably in a couple of months, at least a few more months of training, and then I'll probably give them some promo time on TV every now and then. I was gonna essentially do them every other week on TV, or at least for Moriarty, but how many years have I signed them for? I've signed them for 10 years. Both of them for 10 years. I think it was maybe only 12,000 per month for the duration of the contract, ironclad. So they can never ask for any pay rises, and they of course can't leave either. Alright, the second pre-show match gets us a 58, where we have Fat 40s defeating the Latino Kings in 10:22 when Tanner pinned Hector Galindo with a big fat Samoan squash. Perfect finisher for a fatty. Alright. Whoa! That's really good. 82 for Kyle Rhodes interviewing Ernest Youngman. I'm assuming Ernest's popularity is probably going to skyrocket from that. That's pretty good, and we also sold out the Friedman building as well. Dean Daniels looks like he should be heading to a backstage role. He is actually a road agent as well. Yeah, he does. I think he's still a wrestler, but he does road agency as well. For Dean. Yeah, I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, I can't really do anything with him. His popularity is so low. His deteriorating is like 43 or something. Anyway. Ernest. Good things are going to happen soon with Ernest. I can feel it. You have that with Art Reed. Yeah, it's probably a similar sort of thing. Art's pretty old, I think, isn't he? Alright, so we then go straight into another angle, this time getting a 79. We have Joshua Taylor cutting an angle, essentially like a bitter angle, where he's really pissed off that he's not going to be involved in the Total Mayhem match. And of course, he's really upset. Alright, moving into his match, which gets a 73. It's pretty good, actually, now I think about it. And we have Joshua Taylor defeating Benny Benson in 10:06 by submission with a butterfly lock. Eddie Peak is ruined on your save now due to being events only. I have him now as a jobber to the stars on the events. Now I have him on everything but house shows, and he is recognizable. I think Eddie Peak might be ruined for me as well, because on the last pay-per-view, he picked up a concussion, a medium concussion, which I think is a pretty serious injury. That's going to be something that sort of reoccurs every now and then as well. So he might be ruined for me as well. Either way, it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, 73 is really good for these two. Happy with that. Josh Taylor getting a victory. We then move straight into a 66 rated match, where we have Mark Speed defeating Danny Fonzarelli to become the #1 contender for the television title. And he does that in 12 minutes, just over 12, by submission with a cross arm breaker. Yeah, 66 is okay. All right, so we then go into an angle where we have Ed Stone, and of course he's cutting his promo onto the new number one contender Mark Speed, and he actually talks about his real life injury. He says that Mark Speed last week broke his fingers in that tag match, and he's glad that Speed has become the number one contender because Ed Stone wants to get some revenge at Total Mayhem. It's a 77. It's a pretty good angle. I'm definitely happy with Ed Stone being the mid-card champion. Alright, we then go into a 65 where we have Finley O'Faraday and Maverick defeating Bart Biggins and Elliot Thomas in just under 10 minutes when Finley pinned Elliot with an atomic spinebuster. Yeah, good match. Finley unfortunately seemed off his game though. But a 65 is pretty good. I mean, it's essentially just a bit of a throwaway match. Kind of like a tune-up match for Maverick and Finley for the pay-per-view. We then go into a 75 rated Menace angle for the Behemoths. Of course, they're going into singles action tonight against their opponents at the pay-per-view. And we go into a 72 where we have Daryl Devine defeating Titan in 10:05 by pinfall with a Divine Dream drop. It's a pretty good match. Yeah, Titan having a 68 in-ring performance. Yeah, definitely pretty decent. And then we go into a 63 rated angle, this time for Divine Fortune. Of course, Chance and Daryl. Not as good, obviously, as the Behemoths, but hopefully this next match, it's actually lower. Only gets a 68. And we have Killer Shark defeating Chance Fortune in 10:28 by pinfall with a big bite. So at the moment, it's kind of looking like Titan is the better of the two, which I find pretty interesting. Obviously, Killer Shark has better charisma, better star quality, and I think better menace as well. So essentially, Killer Shark will be the star in the future. I think Killer Shark's younger as well, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, moving on to an 81. This was supposed to be after the match, and I think I accidentally put it before the match. Either way, it can kind of make sense. So it's essentially just a fighting angle between all 6 men. And basically, they're essentially brawling before the match, before the 6-man tag. It's an 81. It's not too bad. And then, of course, we have our heel trios team for tonight. And they try and get themselves together, and then they cut a bit of a promo together on the face members and say that they're gonna pick up the victory tonight. And it does pretty well, getting a 99. And of course, we had Greg Gage actually did a masterful job of improvising interactions. So I thought he was going to be the one that possibly wouldn't have done well off script. So that's pretty interesting. Definitely pretty interesting. Either way, a 99 is really good, and it's definitely going to actually help Greg a lot with his popularity as well. And the main event only gets an 80. That's really frustrating, because it definitely should be higher than that. And I think our biggest problem has got to be the announcing and color commentary. Ugh. Okay. That's got to be what it is, Dragon. I'm going to check the dirt sheet, but that's got to be the reason why a lot of our matches are just not performing to a really high level. But we do have Wolf Hawkins, Greg Gage, and Jay Cord defeating Aaron Andrews, Mighty Mo, and Sammy back in 1935 when Greg Gage submitted Mighty Mo with a Proton Lock. I guess we also kept Aaron Andrews strong. But even still, I think there should at least be an 85. Has to be an 85 for this main event. Look, we got a 90 there, 91 in ring there, another 91 there, We had Greg with an 83, Mighty Mo with an 82, and then Sammy was the worst performer in the match with a 79. How long for world-class matches? I have absolutely no idea. Probably check. But let's check the dirt sheet here. So... Alright, so we've got a couple... Obviously, it's on TV as well, so it's going to be a little bit worse. Sean Dokes hasn't improved. Yeah, I got rid of Sean Dokes because he was pretty dreadful. I also got rid of Jason Azaria and brought in Lee Bambino, who I think was like 1 point better, but still. So we've got Sammy back for inconsistency, Wolf Hawkins for inconsistency as well. And then we had low experience for announcing quality, and then poor announcing, poor color. I don't know, that's frustrating. And the thing is, there's no better color commentators or announcers out there that we can sign. Anyway, let's finish the show. That's the go home show. We still get an 84. That's a really solid show rating. Primarily from the angles, or the one angle, I guess. I guess the 70. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I do love the 84 though. And that actually increases our popularity in all the regions we are broadcasting from as well. Pretty beneficial. And we now might actually be large size, hopefully. Yeah, we definitely went up, as you can see, looking to the future. Yeah, so there we go. TCW. I mean, back-to-back streams, we've gone up in size. We went up to big in the last stream, and now we're up to large. And we've also completed the warming up period after rising to big size, and we're now eligible to be included in area battles. So that's going to be a bit of a worry, because we're now competing against SWF, US Pro, and I think we're competing against CWA as well, because we've got coverage in Canada. So that's 3 pretty big companies. CWA kind of scares me as well, because obviously they essentially own Canada. So it's got me nervous. Anyway, we get a 3.74 TV rating for the Go Home show. Just over 2.8 million viewers. Perfect. Let's have a look. Supreme TV. I mean, we beat Supreme TV. And I think we can... I think most of the time we will probably beat Supreme TV. Because they're averaging about, 78, as you can see from this show, to about an 82 or 3. 83, I think, was the highest that I saw from them. We're also actually beating them in the TV ratings as well, which I find pretty cool. The Tuesday Night Wars, if you will. And we're essentially winning it, so definitely pretty cool. We also have penalties now, so that's not good, because we're going to have to upgrade some some of our things, some of our production values. So we are Majestic. They're at Majestic. That's a yikes. I'm a little bit worried about production values now. The thing is, I'm wondering how bad it's going to be. How bad the penalties are going to be. Alright, so we could just go up to high quality, which I think we have to do at this point. So there's high quality. bigger pay-per-view carriers, I probably can. So let's go. We'll do that in a second. Let me have a look at this and what we need to do. So we need to go up to. We have to go up 2 levels. So cutting edge is the same as US Pro. Actually, I don't think we needed to go up on that one. But that's fine. That's only 35,000 per month extra. And now we are essentially at the highest level with US Pro, as you can see there. So that's good. This one's going to be pretty costly, though, going up to major licensed. That one's 100,000 per month, which is double. We're currently paying 15,000 per month, plus a further 10,000 per show. That's going to be 25,000 per month and 25,000 per show for Majestic. So I think we're going to have to go up to Majestic. And I kind of want to do it because we're about to go into our biggest pay-per-view of the series so far. I kind of wish we hadn't gone up just then. Oh, it's pretty frustrating. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to do it. Should I? What do you guys reckon? Should I just go for music as well, just to go the same levels as SWF and US Pro? Therefore, I won't be getting any penalties, and I can put on the best show possible. I'm leaning towards yes, but I would love to hear what you guys want to do. I think we will get dinged because we've actually finished the warm up. I know I already deleted the message, but we've already finished the warm up, going up to big size. Unless there's another warm up going to large. Oh, okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll leave one off. It probably won't do too much to the show, hopefully. Alright, but let's check the broadcasters. So I want to have a look at what we're currently on, if I can find broadcasting. Alright, so we got medium in Canada, which we can probably definitely get a better deal with now. We do have big in the US. We've got very big TV there, so I think that's probably fine. Can we negotiate though? Let's try and go. Ooh. Don't think we can put on shows that good. Or that good. Why is that only 1 point between primetime and evening? That's pretty crazy. I think we might leave it for now. Let's leave it until I really know what I'm doing, and we can kind of see what's going on. If you've just joined us in the stream, I've just gone up to large size, and we're going to kind of look at what broadcasters I can get now. So I'm pretty sure that's Mexico. I think we still got to do Mexico as well, because I wanted to get a TV deal there. We're super close in that region. Alright, we'll do US first. And I guess we probably want to just go pay-per-view. Alright, so none of those. Ooh, our pay-per-view is already big, isn't it? So yeah, we're already on USA free choice. So I think, yeah, we pretty much have the biggest pay-per-view deal just for the US. Yep. But Canada, we can probably do something with Canada. Ooh. There we go. Premier Pay TV in Canada, which is big. Which we essentially could have got on a long time ago, because we only needed to be medium. Look at music levels? Okay, that's a good idea. Alright. That might be it. Yeah, there we go. So, America Select, you're exactly right, Clay. Well, I think we go for that. Essentially being huge, it's going to be a lot more pay-per-view revenue. Or we could just go for this one, which has coverage in Mexico. Yeah, I much prefer this one. Yeah, North America Prime. So then we get Mexico huge as well in Mexico, which will easily give us a TV deal within like a month or two. So that's perfect. All right, North America Prime it is. So it pretty much means we're going to have to upgrade anyway. So there we go. No more penalties. And we're going to put on the best possible. So weird being called Clay, as that's the start of your surname. What would you prefer me to call you? Sim Clay or Sim? Let me know what you want me to call you. I feel like Clay is pretty easy, you know? It's pretty like whenever I see your name, you know, commenting on the videos on the YouTube channel, I always just think of you as Clay. Just not used to it? Okay. So I guess I'll just keep calling you Clay until you start caring about it. Anyway, let's get this pay-per-view deal. Ooh wee. Alright. I mean, I'm gonna try for prime time. Probably not gonna happen. They want a minimum of 24 episodes, so that's what, 2 years? Oh, okay. Okay. They essentially want 12 pay-per-views per year. Alright. Alright, so we can get 25% to company. Can we do more? Can we go like 3 years with 36? Okay, we actually could. So we'll go 5 years, 60 shows. Should I do that? Should we go 5 years, 60? I mean, are there any better pay-per-view providers out there? Or is North America Prime kind of the leader? Because I'm kind of down for 5 years if they're gonna do it. Or would we actually be able to get more revenue if we do like a shorter contract? Not unless I want to have my own broadcaster. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to have my own broadcaster. I don't think it's really necessary because we're we're already on these big. I mean, obviously we'd probably make more money. Interesting. I might go 3 years. I think we'll go 3 years, because obviously in 3 years' time, if we're still playing this save, I will obviously have probably made my mind up if we want to have our own broadcaster or not. I just wish we could get a little bit more revenue out of them. 25% seems pretty low. They would not be willing to grant you an exception to show the footage on your own network. So that kind of sucks, but I suppose it does make sense. And it's going to be prime time. We've got to get 84 minimum quality per show. I mean, I can obviously do that. We've been getting 85s on the TV show, and I think the last pay-per-view itself was 85. Alright, we're going to do it. Prime time. What is, actually, hold on. Late evening, 77. Let's try prime time. Ooh, I'm nervous. Makes me nervous signing these contracts for some reason, even though it's a game. I don't know. Yeah, but there we go. North America Prime Select. 84 minimum quality expected. And we have huge coverage in Mexico, Canada, and the US. Essentially making both of these now obsolete. Yeah. Even though this one was already in the game when it started. Yeah, you kind of feel bad for them because they signed a contract. Obviously, no episode limit, so it sucks for them. But yeah, we're moving on to bigger and better things. Anyway, let's advance to the pay-per-view, Total Mayhem, and of course we're gonna have to spend a little bit of time creating the Total Mayhem match, because I do kind of want to get it. I don't know, not perfect, but I want it to be pretty decent. Alright, I'm thinking you also improved your TV deals, but this is before they nerfed pay-per-view income, as you spent 8 mil to cancel TV deals and still made money. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't think we can cancel the TV deals. But ultimately, it's not going to matter too much. We've got big coverage. Oh, what? Very big, I think, coverage with the Ace TV deal. And then I guess medium's pretty average for Canada, but oh man, we had some contracts ending for ROPW. I always want to try and have a look at these guys. So that's kind of annoying. So we missed out on Samson Sharp and Warwick Good. And Warwick is good. He's pretty good. 76 basics for a 24-year-old is not too bad. Good entertainment stats there as well. He would have been a pretty decent pickup, I think. He would have been a decent little pickup, but, I mean, we do have enough. Who's this? BJ O'Neill. Just another manager. Yeah, never mind. We don't really want her. Not really necessary. And Jackpot Jordan. Ooh, what's his star quality gone up to? Damn, it went up 11 points. Up to 69 from 58. Going from toned. I'm pretty sure he's on steroids. I think Jake Idol got pinged for steroids earlier. I'm pretty sure he did. It was someone got pinged for steroids on the last stream. What is Power Blast? Is that their B show? It must be their B show, because it's pretty trash. So let's delete those. And yeah, let's just get into the pay-per-view. Okay, here we go. So let's select North America Prime Select. I'm so curious to see how much we're gonna make. But we have to get 84. And I'm kind of worried. Alright, so we got Mark Speed being brought before Wrestlers Court, so he's got a small positive impact there as well. And again, we do want to do some more meddling, so let's go Mark Speed and Ed Stone. Still no effect. And we're expecting nearly 48,000, so that's going to be a decent amount of money as well. Once again, going to go to the Dust Bowl Fields. And here we go. Okay. So I kind of wanted to just have a look through here. See, we could essentially do this match here, which is Elimination Chamber. That wasn't exactly what I was thinking about doing. Because what I wanted to do was just to have a steel cage match. No, not a steel cage, a Hell in a Cell. Like with a completely covered steel steel structure. Six-way singles, ring, steel chamber. I mean, we could essentially just copy this match. Just without the timed entrances. Yeah, I suppose I could just add a new match, couldn't I? So let's actually go back, and then I'll just go add match, and then we'll just create our own match. Let's go with the 6-man, and we'll do it this way. Alright, so I guess... Do I want to just call it... I guess we can essentially just do Total Mayhem like this. What did I just do there? I have no idea what I just did. I think I just pasted something. And again, Total Mayhem. Then we want to copy that instead of pasting accidentally. Alright, there we go. And then it'll be... I mean, that doesn't really matter. The 6-way singles... it's going to be high prestige, obviously. It's for the main event of this whole pay-per-view. Min-fed size, big, I guess. Not that... I mean, it doesn't really matter. We'll go medium. Would it be steel cell or steel... well, it'll be steel cell, obviously. Yeah. Silly question. Anything else here? Maybe weapons? Probably not weapons, though. No time limit. Yeah, nothing else there needs to be done either. Okay, so it's held in the ring. Regular entrances, 1 fall. I guess injury would be low. We'll bring that up. I guess injury would probably be average. I'm going to leave it low. Content risk can be average as well. Has name value. Yes. Not sure if that does anything, but default match, basic match. I don't actually know what a basic match would be. I'm assuming it's probably not a basic match. Anyway, I think that looks pretty good. There we go. I think I only want to give it 20 minutes though. Or should I give I think I'll give it more. We'll give it more. Let's give it 30. And we'll see what happens. Did you change your first pay-per-view date as it was changed to week 3 due to the Super Bowl being Sunday week 4 Jan? No. I didn't change it. I didn't realize I had to. But I guess I can do that. Anyway, let's go with our boys. So Aaron Andrews, let's do Wolf first, as he's the champion. And then Aaron, well, Aaron's already in there. Then we need Sammy. Mighty Mo, I mean, this is a massive opportunity for Mighty Mo. Probably could have gone with, like, Killer Shark instead of him. But obviously, 30-minute match. Killer Shark's not going to be able to last. And then finally, Jay Cord and Greg Gage. It's looking like a pretty good match on paper. It's looking like a really good match. For the World Heavyweight title. I would leave it, as you would most likely lose show ratings. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it, if that's the case. I didn't even really notice it, to be honest, so it's not really a big issue. Alright, I think, yeah, what are we going to do? You know, I booked this whole match, and I don't actually know who I want to win. Yeah, I really don't know. It's either between Wolf or Jay Cord. Cord title run? Yep, you've convinced me. It's exactly what I wanted to do. Slow build, decisive. And I guess we'll make the loser Sammy? Mighty Mo? Actually, I might make it... I don't want to make it Greg Gage. I was thinking about making it Greg. But I don't think that'll work. Let's go Mighty Mo. I think it has to be Mo at this point. Sammy loses. Any particular reason, Shifty? I was kind of thinking Sammy as well. Because he's not as over. And he's pretty old. But then again, Mighty Mo's only got like 60 popularity, I think. As opposed to Sammy's 75. Mighty? Yeah, I just feel like Mighty is probably gonna... He'll probably actually gain popularity from losing this match. So... Mo has a higher upside. Sammy can afford the loss. Alright. You guys have changed my mind. Sammy back it is. The reasoning behind that does make sense. I'm not planning on pushing Sammy, but he's going to have a title reign at some point. But obviously, we're going to try and push Mighty Mo up into the main event properly. There we go. 30 minutes. I think that should be a good match. But we just need to make sure we do bring the crowd down to a decent level. Anyway, the rest of the show, it's all going to be just normal matches. Nothing too crazy. But we could do... Should we do some crazy matches? Let's have like a tables match. for the tag titles. I know it's kind of out of nowhere, but I don't know, it kind of works, I suppose. Something a bit different for the behemoths. So there we go. World Tag Team. Nice. So this is actually a longer show, so I think we're gonna have to we're gonna hire that referee in again. What was his name? Clinton? Yeah. So he's gonna be doing our pre-show matches for the card. What else we got? We got Ed Stone. I guess we'll make that. We'll make that just a. Actually, should I make it something special? Considering he broke his fingers. Could do like an I Quit match. Let's just go like a singles match. Don't want to go anything too special. So it's gonna be Ed and Mark Speed. We'll give that 20. Ed Stone's gonna retain. Make defense number 2 of his title. He also regrets so much having Remo as a face, but you're not going to turn him when his face turn was so recent. Yeah. Isn't Remo generally a heel? I thought that was kind of his default push. What else have we got? Let's go with... Oh, you had so many top heels, and then signed Nikki Champ. Fair enough, fair enough. So we need to do the other tag match. Now for this one, we'll do something special for this one, because this storyline is about to come to an end. Let's go First Blood. I don't think we were actually allowed to do hardcore. So let's go First Blood. And we're going to have the New Wave taking on Maverick and Finley O'Faraday. Should be a pretty good match. And I guess we'll give Scout the victory there as well. Who's the Red Agent? Bryant? Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Alright, what else we need? I guess we'll go Josh Taylor. And I guess Taylor can verse... I guess maybe we could do Brandon James. They're actually pretty similar popularity. We'll give the victory to Taylor. But I guess we can make it tainted. And obviously he's still pretty pissed off with what's gone down recently. What else? We probably mainly did it so the Cornell versus Remo once in a lifetime match. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good match to me. What else have we got? We don't really have much else because we're kind of using everybody in the main event. We could do a ladder match for the tag teams that are left over. Fatal 4-way ladder match. I think that'll go down pretty well. So Benny and the Fox. Let's have the Cobras. They deserve it. They've been doing really well. Rich and Famous have been doing really well also. And I guess we'll go with the Elite in there. 20 minutes might be too much. We might go, let's go 16. And I don't really know who I want to win this match. Maybe the Cobras? Because they could have an opportunity. I kind of want to go with the Cobras. Let's have Jackpot lose. We'll see if this works. Okay, so Flying Jimmy's upset. So we're not going to be able to do this. Okay. Well, I guess in that case, we'll give Benny the victory. And then, I guess, yeah, Jackpot can still lose. Yeah. That works. But we are being penalized for using those guys too much. And Finley O'Faraday as well. It did 81 with lack of selling. That's pretty funny. Yeah, it's definitely pretty funny. Obviously, it would have sucked for you, but it does make sense. Got a new follow. Thank you, Nils, for following. I appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, I don't really know what to do, because I guess we're going to have to lower these matches down. Because we're going to get penalties, because these guys are not popular enough. Show's main event, while on the undercard, I had 88 and an 89. Yeah, that'd suck. Alright, so what else are we doing? I need to lower this match as well. The only problem we're going to have here is... Well, we're going to be between the time, but obviously we want to try and do at least like an hour or 180 minutes, I think, is what we need to do. Okay. Obviously, we've got all of our angles to do as well, and we're going to have a lot of angles, so that's fine. But let's also have... Fat 40s can take on another team. And then I think we'll give a match to T-Bone Bright as well. So who have we got left? We've got Troy Tornado. And we've got Freddie Huggins, Matt Hocking. Let's go... I want to go with Troy Tornado and Ernest Youngman. I mean, we should just go to the Tri-State and he'd be so over. Might even try and do that. Got another new follower. We got Barry C0105. Thank you for following the channel, man. Appreciate it. Quite a few followers tonight, so thank you guys. I guess, yeah, we'll go with Ernest, and I think we'll actually give that team the victory. So we might, I don't think we'll be able to give Ernest the victory, but we'll give Troy the victory on that team anyway. And in theory, that should work. Alright, so let's do angles, and then we'll add any more matches that we need to add, but we should be fine, because we're already up to 147. So, obviously, after the main event, we're going to have J-Cord, and he's going to be cutting an angle for 8 minutes, as you'd expect, after winning. But before the match, do I want to have... I guess, yeah, before the match, I could probably... Do I want to go with all of them in an angle together? I don't know if that would really make any sense, but... Or maybe just Wolf by himself. Let's have Wolf be interviewed by Kyle Rhodes before the match. And obviously he's gonna essentially talk about the fact that, you know, the odds are stacked heavily against him tonight, and the chance of him walking out as the champion once again is extremely low. And then obviously Wolf's going to get pissed off with Kyle saying that type of stuff. And towards the end of the interview, he walks away. And he goes essentially out to the match itself. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't know if we need to do any angles for anyone else in the match. I guess for this one we could actually rename it. And just have J-Cord celebrates his victory and boasts to the fans that he's the best in TCW. So that's essentially what he's going to do after his title victory. Wait, what? What happened there? Anyway. Why did it... essentially got rid of everything I just did. Wait, what just happened? Okay. I'm not going to type all that again, but that's what's going to happen. So... I have enough talent to do the usual Total Mayhem match and use WWE logic of the match happening, as it's the show's name. Oh, well, this match here is essentially Total Mayhem, so... I guess I could do the other match as well. What is it? It's 4 versus 4, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I want to do it, actually. Yeah, I don't think we will. Like I said, we'll do it next year, the actual proper match. I think this is kind of enough matches on the card. And I might actually move this one down, and we'll use this as the calm the crowd match. Yeah, I think that'd be perfect. So this will bring him back down, and then we'll have the behemoths bring him back up a little bit before we eventually crescendo with the main event. Should be good. Should be good. Alright, so let's do the rest of them. Let's go Behemoths, Menace Angle. So Killer Shark and Titan, once again. Still just trying to, you know, get them as high as possible before we do actually split them up. Alright, so advance that storyline. That needs to go there. I don't think we need an angle there, but we do need an Ed Stone angle. I guess I can actually cut it another angle onto Mark Speed. So that's going to advance the television title storyline. And that's going to go right there. Then I guess we can go the new wave. So Guide and Scout. And of course, this is the culmination of this pretty long storyline. We've had this one going for, what, 5 months now? Essentially. So they're going to be talking about how they're going to cast First Blood. And sign, yeah, I can sign international talent without them needing to work in the US. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of something that doesn't even really matter anymore, does it? With the whole talk to worker. Obviously, they can still decline it, but, I mean, the ones that I've done myself so far, such as Damien Dastardly on here, he just accepted it, so I don't think that's really a big issue, but still nice being large. Let's also go with a Joshua Taylor angle as well. And again, he can just be sort of sulking about the fact that he's not getting a chance for the title. And that can go there. This one can be the Wild Brawl. And then we'll make this one... I guess we can just do storytelling on the pre-show. Not too much of an issue. Because that one needs to make sure that we calm the crowd. Alright, I think we're good. So Hapstander is doing too much refereeing. Okay. Let's go Ray. Awesome, that sorts out that. And then we'll do the storytelling match on the pre-show. So let's have Moriarty Schnell and Willie Leroux. And they can take on... Who's left? Human Arsenal and T-Bone. Yeah. We'll have Bryant, and then we have to get the road agency, not the refereeing to Edwards, who's on our one-night deal. Give the win to T-Bone, and there we go. That's on the pre-show. And again, we can't call the match. Both of them can't call. Interesting that Willie Leroux can actually call the match. Yo, what's up, JD? Good to see you back here, man. You're pretty much just in time to see the pay-per-view. And we've gone up to large. So last stream we went up to big size for TCW. And this stream we've gone up to large, which is essentially international. We're now like an international size company. And we've got a huge pay-per-view deal as well. And we're hopefully going to have our best ever match in this main event. Or at least I'm hoping we will. Anyway, let's do another pre-show match because we do need a storytelling. Let's go with the Puerto Rican boys, and they can take on Freddie Huggins and Roderick Remus. And we'll give Freddie the victory there, and storytelling, open and decisive. Alright, what's wrong now? Bryant and Hapstander. I mustn't have So yeah, Edwards and Hill. Okay, there we go. We're green. We are green. Who do we have left? I guess, yeah, we may as well just go one more pre-show. Otherwise, we're going to start getting morale issues for essentially no reason. So let's go a 6-man, and then we'll use the Pride Glory boys. So that's Blackburn, Akichi, and Goya. And they can take on Biggins, Danny Fonzarelli, and yeah, Felipe Caballero. Big sneeze. All right. So we need, yeah, Edwards to referee, and then we'll give the victory to Danny. Only because he's kind of involved in an actual storyline, and everybody else isn't. So that's my reasoning behind that. Even though it's a pre-show, it doesn't really matter. Alright, what now? What's the problem now? Edwards is doing too much refereeing. Edwards, really? I guess we'll try and just make all these 10 minutes. Not going to change anything. Okay, well, I'm going to get rid of this match. Let's just delete that one, I guess. And then I'm going to bring these back up to 12, because that's what I wanted to do originally. Okay. Alright, here we go. Total Mayhem 24. Who cares, it's only pre-show matches? Yeah, you're exactly right. I should have just left it. Alright, I'm going to rebook it. Just because you said so. Just because you said so. And I realized that I obviously made the wrong decision there. The Blackburn, Ichi, and then it was Biggins, Danny, and Felipe. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it'll probably go there. Alright, here we go. Take 2. Yeah, just Edwards, perfect. Alright. Let's run the show. We start off with a 47 rated match where we have Human Arsenal and T-Bone Bright defeating Moriarty Schnell and Willie Leroux in 12-17 when T-Bone Bright pinned Moriarty Schnell with a T-Bone Lariat. Willie up to a 33. That's pretty good. He's improving. Moriarty Schnell kind of staying the same, really. And we're at 47,900 people, so just shy of selling out the Dust Bowl fields. We then go into a 42 where we have Bart Biggins, Danny Fonzarelli, and Felipe Caballero defeating Pride, Glory, Honor in 11:44 when Danny Fonzarelli pinned Nobuyo Hikichi with a retro rocket. It's a pretty... It's not great. It's not great, but yeah, these guys are on excursion. And then finally, the last pre-show match, getting a 55, where we have Freddie Huggins and Roderick Remus defeating the Puerto Rican boys in just under 12, when Freddie Huggins pinned Island Boy Apollo with a Huggins kiss. Pretty good match, actually. Not too bad. Alright, so we then start the pay-per-view off, the main show, the main card, with a 52 rated Fatal 4-Way ladder match, where we have Benny and the Fox defeating the American Cobras, Rich and Famous, and the Elite in a ladder match in 12:03 when Benny Benson retrieved the item. And of course, I guess the item was essentially a contract for a World Tag Team title match. For storyline purposes, I guess. And yeah, Marvel, unfortunately, off his game. Yeah. Alright, we then go into a 93 rated angle from Joshua Taylor, which is a lot better than he's been doing recently. So that's interesting. I think this one was only a 6-minute angle. Yeah, only 6. That's pretty good. His match gets a 78, where we have Joshua Taylor defeating Brandon James in 1942, by submission with a butterfly lock after blatantly cheating. Getting a 79 in-ring performance as well, which I think is better than he's been doing recently, so yeah, I don't really get that. He's actually doing better than he has recently. Alright, moving into a 60 rated angle, we have the New Wave pretty much discussing that they're gonna, destroy Maverick and Finlay tonight, and they're gonna bust them open. They're gonna make them bleed in their first blood match. That match gets a 65, where we do have the New Wave defeating Maverick and Finlay O'Faraday in a first blood match in 1545, when Scout made Finlay O'Faraday bleed. Made him bleed. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good match. Unfortunately, Guide was really off his game, only getting a 56 in-ring, and Scout picking up a 67. Maverick with a 69, though, so it's pretty impressive. And that's going to be the end of the storyline here. Obviously, the New Wave doing pretty well. Moving into a 78 rated angle, we have Ed Stone cutting a promo onto Mark Speed. Of course, they're going at it tonight, and of course, Mark Speed broke Ed Stone's fingers, and tonight Ed says that he's going to get revenge, and he's going to break one of Mark Speed's limbs. Going to try and break one of his bones, and hopefully retain his title. That's a really good match. 80 rated Ed Stone defeating Mark Speed in 2029 by pinfall with a party's over. And we have Ed Stone making defense number 2 of the TCW television title. 80 rated. Like, that's a lot better than their in-ring performances. I mean, Ed got a 72 and Mark Speed got a 70. So that's really well booked, I think. Very happy with that. Very happy. Alright, we then bring the crowd back down, and we get a 57. So this is the calm the crowd match. And we have Troy Tornado and Ernest Youngman defeating Fat 40s in 11:44, when Troy Tornado pinned Dazzling Dave Diamond with a Star Maker. Yeah, I mean, this is just a really good match. We have Ernest Youngman with a 59 in-ring performance, despite having fairly low popularity. I mean, he's got like 20, maybe 24 in the Mid-South. So it's pretty impressive. Kind of getting the same as these like older guys who are obviously a lot more popular than him. Yeah, and Fat 40s, doing pretty well with their excellent chemistry teaming together. Alright, moving on. We go into an 80 rated Menace angle from the Behemoths prior to their World Tag Team title tables match. That match only gets a 65. Yeah, that's a little bit worse than I thought it would be. It's definitely a little bit worse than I thought it would be. We have the Behemoths defeating Divine Fortune in a tables match in 1547. Chance Fortune was eliminated first, then Titan, and finally Daryl Divine. The Behemoths make defense number 10 of their TCW World Tag Team titles. I mean, yeah, pretty much everyone except for Chance got a 69 in-ring performance. And Chance got a 54, really kind of letting this match down. Have a look at the dirt sheet really quick. So yeah, Chance got penalized for inconsistency, low morale, and then the segment got penalized for announcing low experience as well. God damn it, Chance. Anyway, we then go into an 86 rated angle. Well, it's an interview angle, and we have Kyle Rhodes interviewing Wolf Hawkins prior to the main event. And of course, Kyle, sort of towards the end of the promo, he reiterates the fact that there's a very high possibility that Wolf Hawkins is going to lose his World Heavyweight title tonight in the Total Mayhem match. And yeah, Wolf gets really pissed off at Kyle and walks away from the interview. And essentially gets ready to walk through the curtain. Okay, here we go. Please, if I get a 90, I will be extremely happy. A 90 or above. That's what I need. It's still really good. 86 is really good. But I was hoping for a 90. I just wanted to see it. I know it's probably going to be our announcing, because as you can see, it obviously deserved better. And then Jasmine, one of our color commentators, is pretty shocking. I think she's got like 70 color commentating. I might just take her off. That's probably a good idea, just to get rid of her. We don't really need her, because I've got Max Smith, the Aussie color commentator, in there as well. Anyway, I'm happy with the 86. It's our best ever match on the series so far, on the streams. And we have Jay Cord defeating Aaron Andrews, Sammy Back, Mighty Mo, Wolf Hawkins, and Greg Gage in a Total Mayhem match in 30 minutes and 6 seconds, when Jay Cord pinned Sammy Back with a cradle pile driver. And we have Jay Cord winning the TCW World Heavyweight title. Jay Cord is our champ. Alright, we move on to a 100 rated angle, where we have Jay Cord essentially speaking to the fans, speaking to almost 48,000, and saying that he's now lived up to his legacy. You know, the legacy of his father. He's lived up to it, and now he's in the territory of making his own legacy by becoming the best wrestler the world has ever seen. Obviously, he's extremely arrogant when he's saying this as well, and he's got some decent competitors. Obviously, Wolf's probably going to get a rematch, as my virus scan comes up there. For some reason, when I was when I downloaded the update, my virus protector wouldn't let me open TEW, and it wanted to do a full scan of the file, just making sure that it was fine to use. I had to like basically dismiss permission for my virus protector to do that, just to play. Very, very weird stuff. Anyway, so yeah, Jay Cord basically saying that he's now in the territory of making his own legacy. And he got a 100 rated angle with all these announcing penalties in there as well. So he's definitely worthy of being our world champion at the moment. Alright, so we get lucky. We get an 86 for the pay-per-view rating, which is better than our last pay-per-view. We did get 85 for that one. And we're only 2 points above where we need to be for our minimum quality for our huge pay-per-view carrier. So, you know, we're cutting it pretty thin. We're definitely cutting it pretty thin. But we're 2 points over. And as you can see, show increased our popularity in 24 regions, which is all of Mexico, which is really good, because then we can get TV coverage in that region as well. Who do I want to praise? I mean, I essentially have to praise Jay. I think I want to praise Ed. Who else? I think Flying Jimmy Fox has morale issues, so Let's do these three guys. Pleased, and yeah, Jay was happy. Alright, yeah. It's also your storyline gaining heat. If the heat was already higher, it would get a point or two more. Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. Okay, well, TCW finished last out of 3 in the American battle this month. So I think I might have actually gotten glitched in the fact that we went from big to large. Because I think we're out of the period now. The grace period. Because I think that's going to affect us. Okay, that's a lot of pay-per-view buyers. Holy crap. 6.63 pay-per-view buy rate. 3.3 million buyers. I come last, but you don't get affected due to being in warm-up. Hopefully. I hope that's right. Either way, the finances are probably going to be unbelievable. 3.3 million buyers. That seems ridiculous. Yeah, we made 3.6 million. $3.6. That is, that's pretty insane. We made 7.4 million in pay-per-view revenue. That is mental. Ooh, the miscellaneous cost has gone up though. That's a lot. 4.3 mil miscellaneous. Ooh, okay. Well, let's check some popularity. Now I want to check J Cord, obviously. And he's definitely gone up quite a lot, actually. He's gone up heaps. Up to 82. He's even got 83 in Southwest and the Mid-Atlantic. As you can see, he's gained quite a lot. I mean, last month he was at, what, 79? So he's gained 3 points there. Gained 5 points in the Mid-Atlantic, which is pretty mental. And obviously, he's now getting some popularity in Mexico as well. So that's perfect. I want to check Wolf, because I'm worried about him. Mr. 81. He is literally Mr. 81. Yeah, I can't believe that. He's still at 81 popularity. That's pretty... He loses the world title. Like, he wins the world title. I think in maybe March, I think he won it. Didn't gain any popularity. And loses the title here in May. Obviously, a pretty short title reign. And he's still on 81. Thank you, Wolf. I love Wolf. He's a great wrestler. Who else we got? We got Sammy back, who did take the loss. And I think he gained popularity. Yeah. Sammy gained pop from losing that match. Wolf is amazing. Yeah. He's great. Sammy's great as well, considering he just gained popularity from taking that pinfall loss. Let's check Mighty Mo. Up to 68s from 65s, so that definitely helped him out a lot. Kind of starting his push. Let's check Greg as well. I'm assuming it's the same for him. Yeah, big time. He gained 5 points of popularity. You might have been capped to 80, but now you're large, it will go higher. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how popularity works on 2020, isn't it? You essentially have to go higher size once there's like popularity cap per size, as opposed to wrestlers just reaching a popularity cap. Hmm. Who else was in the match? We had Aaron Andrews, who I think is I think he's roughly about the same. Oh, he gained 1 point. He gained 1 point from that match as well. So yeah, doing well. What about where is he? Ernest. Let me track this. Okay, so he's up to. Why is he only up to 35? Oh, I suppose he was already higher in these regions. I kind of just looked at those regions. I was like, why is he 42 there? But it does make sense being at 17 when he started off. He's up to 61 popularity in the tri-state region. So, I mean, I should just go to the tri-state, run a show there, have him win the television title or something like that. I don't know. Eventually, that'll definitely happen eventually. Either way, one more person. Let's check Killer Shark. Okay, so yeah, he's up a little bit as well, up to 72 from 70. That makes me pretty happy. Now, the next thing I want to do before we end the stream here tonight, I want to try and find some better announcers, even though I know there's none out there. All right. Here we go. So announcing, let's go 80, I guess. Obviously, these people are all. I mean, we could go. Oh snap! Peter Michaels. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Peter Michaels. Can we talk him back into the wrestling business? We cannot talk to him? Why is he even in the game? Why is he in the game? That screwed me over. I feel so angry. Oh, man. Why? Why isn't he... Does he come back into the game at some stage? I really hope he does. Hall of Fame, most likely. You can't trick me like that, man. 85 announcing. Oh, we got Mitch Nace, who I guess we could get in. I'm pretty sure he's the head booker of Pittsburgh Steel, isn't he? I think he is. Let's have a look. Oh, he's the owner. Okay, well, what we could do is... When do they run their shows? Where's events? Results. They run on Fridays, which is perfect for us. Yeah, Fridays is perfect. Yeah, so what I think we'll do is we'll definitely get him because he's obviously the best we can get, so. And then we'll kind of try and wait for one of these two guys. I mean, he's only 80. And he's 92, so we want to try and get Dwayne Fry, but I don't think we're going to be very successful in that, venture. Man, Peter Michaels would have been perfect, like, just with his SWF career that he had. Anyway. So yeah, let's get Nace in. Oh, we have to do guaranteed downsides? That sucks. Let's go, I guess, 2 years. We'll go 2 years. I mean, the guaranteed downside really doesn't matter because he's obviously going to be announcing at every show, so. Try and get it a little bit lower if we can. He wants travel? What an asshole. And he wants higher merchandise. Pretty frustrating. Alright, he gets 20% merchandise. There we go. Alright, so we're going to bring Mitch Nace in. I guess we'll search for color commentators as well, but I'm assuming we're probably not going to get anyone else. Yeah, so all the best are with the bigger companies. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone better than these guys. Let me go intention to hire as well. Get rid of all those guys out of there. So 77. Okay, he's not too bad. Alex Braun. We've got Big Jim Teasdale over in Australia. Damien Carville, 74. Dan Reacher, another Australian there. We got Dougie Harwood. Never seen that guy before. El Bandito would probably... Yeah, we don't really want to get him anyway. Yeah, definitely don't want Eric Tyler. 78 for Ernie. He might be a good option. Ernie Turner. Yeah. Oh, Motormouth. He's actually improved since I looked at him last. So he's up to 77. $76 for Rebecca Richet. Another Aussie. Oh. Oh, exclusive handshake, so we could actually steal her away. I might do that, because I kind of want, like, an Aussie in the company. I know we already have Damien Dassley, but we had Max Smith, who is an Aussie color commentator as well at the moment, on our announcing team. I think getting her in might be pretty good. EILL. Yeah, that's the new name for south of the border. Oh, she's the booker. Damn it. Why is she the booker for Raw? That doesn't really... doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I guess not. I mean, there are better options anyway, so I'll just go with the better option. Alright, I guess we'll go with... I think it was Ernie, wasn't it? Ernie's 78. What was Alex Braun? 77, yeah. So it's essentially Ernie. Unless I want to go with Alex Braun, because he has better popularity. But that, yeah, I'd rather just go with who's better. Alright. Let's sign Ernie Turner as well. How long do I want to sign him for? That's the question. Alex will have experience with Mitch. That's a good shout. But he's the booker. I think we'll go with Ernie. Yeah, we'll go with Ernie. How long? The thing is, I want to try and get one of the other companies' color commentators. So I might just go 2 years. And we'll see if we can get him a little bit lower. 15,500. Perfect. All right. He's slightly better than Alex Braun. So I think we'll go with Ernie. I know it's only 1 point, but there might be that 1 point that does it, you know? Alright, there we go. We've got a new announcer and a new color commentator. They're not a lot better than what we have now. But they're definitely a lot, you know, definitely an upgrade. We'll say that. Let's also get rid of Jasmine. Because she's trash. So, save that one. Get her off TV as well. And save that one. Okay. Still going to have to build up the experience between them, but I guess, you know, that'll just come with time. So, should be fine. Should be fine. We've also got some more morale issues for Jeremy Courtney and Chris Flynn. I'm really not too worried about either of those guys. I kind of see them both as jobbers, or at least Jeremy Courtney. I guess we can, while we're here, let's have a look at the wrestlers that we can sign. So 2 higher, and then we'll go male. I guess we want to go minimum 80 basics, 80 psychology, and just see what happens. Alright, so we've got Acid, Bobby Thomas. Don't really... Yeah, I don't really remember him at all. We've got Captain Lucha, who's pretty talented. Pretty talented indeed. It's 38, so... So he was with South of the Border at one stage. Then went to Ole. And then went to MPWF. And then they went out of business. Went to EMLL. Currently working for Ole and EMLL. Yeah. I mean, Decipher? How good is Decipher? He's okay. Pretty technically gifted, I guess. My boy El Critico. Man, he's getting old now. 45. And we've got Funikoshi, obviously from the BCG series on my YouTube channel. But he is loyal to BCG, so we're not going to be able to bring him in. Got Guerrero Muerto. He might be worth bringing in, actually. He's really good. And we don't have any luchadors. And he's not really a high-flying luchador. He's more just a technician. Halloween Night. Also another really talented technician. If I can speak properly. We could actually team them up. Guerrero Muerto and Halloween Night. Alright, Joey Beecham. Yeah, Joey's pretty good as well. Flores, Stranger, Curl. Mr. Lucha 3. He's more of a high flyer though, so I don't know how well he would go down with TCW. Knight is Zenona. I mean, we could just bring him in on a handshake deal. Yeah. Nelson Callum, PSW champion. He does look pretty good. Ooh, former soft drug user though. That's a bit of a yikes. Yeah, a bit of a yikes. It's not too bad, I guess. Nikki Gilbert. Nikki Gilbert looks really good. Nikki Gilbert. I like Nicky Gilbert. He's really over in Australia as well. If we decide to go out there for some reason, try and get a TV deal. I like Nicky. And that's a really cheap contract. Obviously, he's got no popularity in the US, so he'll essentially need to be brought up as well. But he's super talented, only 31 years old. I have Storm, who is a soft drug user. I didn't know that. So thank you for letting me know. But let's get Nicky Gilbert in. We're going to go 10 years. Exclusive written. We'll see what he says, but he'll probably want about 12,000 maybe? Maybe 15? Yeah, 15. Doesn't even want any merchandise either. I guess because he does have 0 popularity. But yeah, the natural Nicky Gilbert. Welcome to TCW. Got good old Nicholas Lopez here. Still looks really good for a 45-year-old. Really good. We got Orange Sushi. I mean, he looks pretty good as well. Super good star quality. We could bring him in as well. Pablo Rodriguez. I mean, Pablo's pretty good, but he's also 45 years old. Phoenix 2, Pretty Okikara. Great on the microphone. We've got Suki, of course, BCG series. Tigre Salva Jr. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy. I think we might bring in Guerrero Muerto as well. He's also only 31. So he's got no tag teams. Anyway, we'll shortlist him. Well, he's already on the shortlist. And I guess we'll make a decision on the next stream. But that is going to wrap it up for me, guys. So thank you for watching the stream. We've got 13 viewers right now. Just want to say thank you. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you have hit the like button. And make sure you come over to the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel, and give the channel a follow. And hopefully you'll get a little notification when I do go live next time. Probably going to be no stream tomorrow, but possibly the day after. So yeah, thanks, Shifty. You have a great day as well, man. It's yeah 2:30 a.m. for me right now. I'm just lucky I don't have work tomorrow. Well, I guess in a way I'm not lucky, but I think I am lucky. Anyway. So yeah, as always, guys, take it easy, and hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon.